Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk. I'm just getting the feeling I need to be a bit more political. I need to be a bit more political somehow, and so I'm going to come out and say it. I am not going to play Sun City. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Ain't gonna play Sun City. I just think on the show, when we've got loads of new listeners and loads of new people watching on Periscope and people listening on talkradio.co.uk and DAB because of the adverts in the Sun, so I feel it's time to make the late night alternative with me, Iain Lee, more political. I don't stand for anything. What do I stand for? I don't stand for anything. So today, I am making a stand. I am making a political statement, guys. And that statement is, I ain't gonna play Sun City. Break it down. Break it down. Until South Africa stops apartheid, I will not be going to Sun City. Me and Springsteen, we stand together on this one. Might be playing Sun City. I don't know. I don't know if she's made that decision yet. I don't know what her stance is going to be. I would never take it upon myself to speak on behalf of another human being, but she's just arrived. Let's turn the microphone on. Katherine, will you be joining me in saying that you will not be playing Sun City?
Oh, no, they can do one.
They can do one, guys. Not doing one. When I say never, I mean yes, I am up for it. I would play. The song's confusing things a little bit. I would play Sun City, but there are two things that there are two very, very important things that have to happen before I would consider playing Sun City, right? The first thing they need to do is they need to get rid of apartheid in South Africa. That is the first thing.
I think they've done that.
that is the very, very first thing that they need to do, okay? If they want me to play Sun City, and I'd love to go and play Sun City, but it pays really well. But I'm not going to play Sun City until South Africa has got rid of apartheid. And you know the second thing they need to do, Catherine? They need to do this.
What?
That's it, guys. I am not going until... Free the Mandela.
Iain.
Hang on. This is important, Catherine. I will not be interrupted on this.
I think
this is important. South Africa, I ain't playing Sun City until you've got rid of apartheid and... Free Nelson Mandela. Free
Iain, let's
hang on. Free Nelson Mandela. Yep. Free Nelson Mandela.
It's good dancing and all, but
hang on a second, Catherine. This is important. If South Africa wants me, possibly, but get rid of apartheid, South Africa, and here's part 2 of the deal. This is what you have got to do. You've got to free Nelson Mandela. Free Nelson Mandela. Hey, hey. Oh, yes. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, yes. Bam, bam, bam. Yep. Yep. Break it down.
Iain.
Take it to the bridge. Throw it overboard. Nelson Mandela. Yep. Here we go. Not a chance of me appearing in South Africa until...
Oh, man.
21 years he spent in that prison in Robbers Island. And until they release him, guys, I will not be silent. I'll sing. Free Nelson Mandela. Oh, free Nelson Mandela. Yeah. Free Nelson Mandela, begging you, free Nelson Mandela, begging you, free him, got to free him, got to free him, yeah, got to free him, Nelson Mandela. Got to free him. 21 years in Robbers Island. Free
Robbers Island.
Nelson Mandela. And until the great man is free, I'm afraid, citizens of Sun City, I shall not be performing there. Or if you offered more money. I did think the offer that you made me was interesting. It was a good opening gambit. If we can just put an extra 0 at the end. So the two main things are to dismantle apartheid and free, what's his face? But they can be pushed to one side if you just up the money a bit more. Catherine, you were trying to say something. What you got for us?
Do you know what? It doesn't matter.
OK, let's go to Andre.
Hello?
Hello there.
Who's that?
It's Tim.
Ian.
Hello. I'm doing very, very well. And now that I've yes, shut up, I'm talking. Now that I've got shut up. Now that I have got a political stance, I feel fulfilled.
Yeah, well, I don't think you should.
Sorry?
Because I don't think you should feel anything, really. Because you've got. I don't think you should really judge.
Sorry?
Yeah, it's not down to you, is it?
These are wise words. These are wise words from a drunk. Go on, Andre.
Hello.
Hello, Andre.
Well, listen, right. I'm out at the moment, but I thought I'll just come out and have a quick word with you.
Yes.
Yeah, as you do.
As you do.
And I think you're a bit out of order.
Oh, go on. Why is this?
No, you're all right. I'm sorry. I'm in a pair of shorts and T-shirt. It's really windy where I am.
Well, that you shouldn't eat so many sprouts.
Right, okay. But anyway, look, listen, did you like Blancmange, Living on the Ceiling, by the way?
It's a great song.
Yeah,
you don't get blancmange anymore. Blancmange was a Sunday favourite when I went round my nan's. Bit of blancmange. You don't get blancmange and you don't get Angel Delight anymore. I used to flipping love Angel Delight.
Yeah, same.
I used to flipping. Was it now? It was like
fried on it.
It was powder. Did you mix
Pink,
it with
pink?
No. Well, blancmange was pink. Angel Delight was brown.
No, or pink or black.
How did? Please shut up.
Go on.
Yeah, I will do when you pause for breath or a drag on your ciggy or a neck of your skull.
I don't smoke, but I'm just going to have a beer in a minute.
Okay.
Don't drink, don't smoke. What do?
You phone up radio stations and annoy the host by being rude.
I'm not being rude at all. I'm never rude. You know me.
Okay. So
it's Kirby S. Cath around.
There he goes.
By the way.
There he goes.
Got to lower the tone.
Thank you very much indeed. So, Catherine, how do you make Angel Delight?
I think...
Is it milk or water? Because a lot of things you think are going to be milk, and it turns out they're water. Hot chocolate is often water.
I think it's water, but I don't really like Angel Delight.
Oh, I never seen you looking so lovely as you did tonight. My Angel Delight. If that wasn't the advert, then I don't know what is. Angel Delight should. Here we go. If we can get the show and my Free Nelson Mandela's campaign sponsored by Angel Delight, not only are we quidsing, we are trying to think of something that rhymes with kids, skids,
lids.
Lids.
Tidbits.
Tidbits. Squids in? Not only we quids in with squids in? No. We just have a delicious dessert to eat while we all sit around feeling sad that Nelson Mandela is still in Robbers Island. Let's go to Lee. Good evening, Lee.
Hi, Ian. How's it going?
It's going very, very well, Lee. I've got a political stance. I'm against apartheid, and I'm for the release of Nelson Mandela.
Oh, yeah, I'm worn out dancing to that. I tell you, if my missus comes down, I had my headphones on, I'm dancing without my pants on and my T-shirt, I was ready to go to bed. I'm going to look like a nutter, like I'm dancing to nothing.
Was your old flap? It's what Nelson would want.
Are you wearing a T-shirt and no pants?
Well, I was ready to go to bed, but...
What, like Winnie the Pooh?
I've got no honey.
It's... tell him about the honey, Mummy. It's that's a gentleman's dress. Gentleman's outfit he's wearing.
It's not an outfit.
I'm now in flip-flops as well, so I'm like looking half respectable anyway.
Exactly. Why are we so hung up about our testes?
Well, like mine ain't hung up at all. Really. Yeah, they're pretty subdued at the minute.
When was the last time you had Angel Delight?
Oh, I love Angel Delight. It's my favourite. Like Ali G.
What?
I love Angel Delight.
When did you last have it, though?
Oh, I don't know, but I feel like running down the offie before it closes quick now.
I don't know if offies sell Angel Delight. I'm not sure.
They sell everything down there. If he ain't got it on the shelf, he'll have it under the counter.
Well, there you go. What have you called in for, Lee? Just to tell us that you got no pants on?
No, I work in Basildon. I just wondered if Andre ever comes in Crazy Dan's. The butchers are working.
Hang on a minute. Why is a butcher's called Crazy Dan's? I don't want my butchers to be crazy. I want them to be sane.
Well, he's my boss, like, he's absolutely, crazy, mental, like, you know, every day he says he wants to kill himself, he hates his life, he wants to cut his hand off on the bandsaw.
Hang on a minute, he works in a butcher's and he wants to cut his hands off?
Yeah, so he won't have to be a butcher no more, he hates his life.
Flipping heck, Crazy Dan sounds like that's what a terrible. Imagine being a butcher, but really hating being a butcher. He's not a vegetarian, is he?
Well, he don't really eat. He just drinks K's, you know, the strong ciders. He loves them.
I could never get to grips with cider.
Oh, no, it's terrible. Every day he says to me, Lee, I can see your lips are smacking for a Guinness. Do you want to get round that shop and get a few K's in?
Oh,
this is
dear.
like...
Crazy Dan's, it started off as a laugh, but boy, oh boy, it's miserable.
Oh, no, he's a legend, though. Yeah, he's a legend.
Then that's good enough for me. Thank you very much indeed. And that, dear listener, is the show in a nutshell. We've chosen a political stance, and we're talking about Angel Delight and a suicidal butcher, and we're only 17 minutes in, huh? 03444991000, the late night alternative on Talk Radio.
Late night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
I want to fight, I want to fight transgenders.
What?
I want to fight them. I want as many transgenders as possible.
Right.
And I want to fight them. They can use weapons if they want. I don't care. I want to fight them. I want to fight them and destroy them.
What's brought this on?
Well, because I'm not fit enough to join the American army, right? So if I can beat transgenders in a fight, then Trump is right. They shouldn't be in the army. If they can beat me in a fight, well, then they probably should be in the army. And I think it would be a good way of just testing it. So if there are any transgenders out there that want to fight, I have got previous for fighting listeners. One was documented on video. The other one was, unfortunately, documented on CCTV, and it got me a hefty fine.
The thing about Trump, right, is that he swerved his military service, so I think he's just trying to do the same for everyone else.
Are you saying, hang on a second, this is breaking news. We've just heard from Catherine Boyle that Trump is transgender.
No.
Wow, that's incredible. Well, I've put two and two together, and I've made TG transgender. So that is really exciting. That's a scoop. Let's get that on the front page of The Sun tomorrow, shall we? That's a scoop, guys. But this is a genuine offer, right? If any transgenders want to fight, and we'll do it by rules. I'll leave the nunchuckers at home, okay, and the shuriken. Right? If you want to fight to prove that to prove Trump wrong, 03444991000. Get in touch. We will sort it out. And all I'm saying is if I'm going to represent America, right? And the transgender will represent all trans, okay? And whoever is the winner is right. So if I win, then Trump is right. If the transgender beats me in a fight,
they go in the army.
They join the American army. That's what we're giving away tonight. We're giving away two prizes tonight. We're giving away an actual place in the American army for someone who is trans, and we're giving away this mooning gnome that an anonymous person sent to me. So
let's just say you can win
a place in the army,
a mucky gnome, a place in the army,
yep.
But the moral high ground loses.
Yeah. So that's a genuine offer, by the way. If you want to fight and you're trans, 03444991000. Because everyone's going, oh, Donald Trump, he's a bigot, he's homophobic, he's transphobic, he's all of this.
He's an idiot.
He's an idiot. All of this
he's
stuff.
He's a liar.
All of this stuff, right? And he's not thought through his argument. Well, maybe...
He's under criminal investigation.
Maybe we're the idiots, right? Well, maybe we're the idiots, and he's like a super intelligent, like he's like just like a genius. He's a super genius, right? And he's thought through things that our minds can't even comprehend. You know, fish can see the infrared from your TV remote control. We can't see it. Maybe Donald Trump is like a fish, and that he can see things that we can't even perceive. We haven't got a bloody clue what it is, right? And he can see it. So to find out whether he's a super genius or not, I'm going to have a fight with the trans person.
Right. This is the same Donald Trump who yesterday said he was the second most presidential president after Abraham Lincoln.
Tell me someone who's more presidential right now.
Me. You.
No,
even you.
No, because I'm a radio presenter. I'm a broadcaster. He's actually the president, so of course he's presidential.
No, he ain't.
Listen, I can beat a trans in a fight.
Which particular trans man or woman are you referring to? Because I know at least 5 who could have you. And I would hold their coats.
All of them? Honestly? 0344 499 1000. I'm not saying it to be offensive. I'm just saying, you know, I think I could, and I'm certainly up for the challenge if you are. Do you know what? Now that I've made a political stance, Catherine, I feel much better.
Do you?
Feel much better. Because I was all wishy-washy before. It's like, just flop, we're doing this, we're doing this, and we're going to play a silly quiz where we just make up the rules, name and nom, all that rubbish. Now I feel like a proper, grown-up radio presenter, like Clive Bull. I feel like a grown-up radio presenter because now I've got a purpose. I'm like James O'Brien now.
You're halfway to Humphreys.
He's got a thing. It's all about him being, we love bloody Brexit's rubbish. Well, I've got a thing now. It's anti-apartheid, freeing the Nelson Mandela from Robbers Island, and I'm going to have a fight with a trans person. So now I've got weight and gravitas. I can do more serious broadcasting. Tomorrow at 3, Catherine and I will be at Speaker's Corner in Hyde Park. You are all invited to come along for the first annual talk radio game of had/tag/it. Loads of fusspots on Twitter going, it's going to be raining tomorrow. It's going to be very heavy rain tomorrow. Are you going to cancel it? No, why would I cancel it? I've got a coat that's got a hood. So, and I've got shoes that I don't mind getting muddy. So, why the hell would I cancel it, you lightweights? You don't want to turn up? Because it's, the rain? Well, screw you! You're worse than apartheid.
Do you know what? It's going to be roughy-tufty big boy fun, and I'm in.
I don't want to see your roughy-tufty.
Oh.
So it's happening tomorrow. 3 o'clock, we are meeting at Speaker's Corner in Hyde Park. I am expecting hundreds. The game will commence at 3:10. We'll be done by 4, because I've got to be back here at 5 to record some new stuff. What would be great, by the way, is if you can film bits of it on your phone, send me the footage and we'll make a movie out of it. We're going to record it for the show, it'll probably go out on Friday. So that is happening. We need to establish the rules. And I think fair enough, Catherine is it to start with.
Oh, no, come on.
Yes. Catherine is it to start with.
No, because everyone will be fresh, but I want to be it when everyone's shattered and I can easily catch them.
No, mate.
Come on. You're the one that's been going to the gym.
All right, I'll be it, right? But what I'm the master of doing, right, is so people be stood around me and I go, right, we're going to start, I'm it. And then I just get someone straight away and boom, I'm off. So that's going to happen. So basically we're going to play several different rounds, several different games. First one will just be standard tag, had, it, where only one person is it, and they touch one person, and then that person is it, and then they touch one person, and so only one person is it at a time. At the end, the last game we're going to play at about 3:45, it's going to be all man he. Where one person is it, they touch someone, that means that 2 people are it. They touch someone, 3 people are it, and so on until we find the last person and we stove their skull in with a brick.
What?
So you really don't want to be the last person on that game tomorrow. It's going to be pretty dangerous. Pretty dangerous. So that's happening tomorrow. That's nice and grown up. Yeah, it's going to be wet. We're not bringing refreshments. You should if you want, but it's London. You know, there's loads of what do they call it?
Shops?
McDonald's. That's it, McDonald's. There's loads of stuff like that there. So if you want to get a burger, then you do that. But my mum's making me a packed lunch, so that should be groovy. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Just imagine there are loads of people who are listening to us for the first time tonight because they saw an advert in the Sun and they're thinking, what the bloody hell is this? Well, you're listening to the Late Night Alternative with me, Iain Lee. We're against apartheid, we're for the freeing of Nelson Mandela, and we love playing had.
Unmissable late night radio with the original king of unconventional conversation.
Make contact with Iain.
Late night Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
You can listen to us on DAB. Download the Talk Radio app, of course, or listen online on talkradio.co.uk. Let's go to Gatford. Evening, Gatford.
Evening, boss.
We should say, just here's what we're going to do tonight, okay?
Yeah.
If you're a regular caller, we've got lots of new listeners tonight because it's the second advert in the... oh, gosh, there's an unusual name to pop up on our screen. It's the second advert in the Sun, okay?
You mean the Super Soaraway Sun?
Super Soaraway Sun. So what I want each caller to do is for the new listener is just to give a little description, little biog about who you are... and what you bring to the show. So this is Gatford. Gatford, introduce yourselves.
Yep, I've only got 9 toes, and I'm one of the dullest callers Ian's ever spoken to.
It's true. But both of those facts are true. In fact, that's what we want. We want 2 facts about each caller. Right.
Yep.
Go on, Gatford, what you got?
First of all, Angel Delight is made with milk.
Okay.
So you just want to clarify that. I don't know if you need an advocate for Angel Delight on this show. I'm happy to step in.
Okay.
Butterscotch is my favourite flavour.
Okay, that's fine. So it's made with milk. People have been sending me pictures saying you can buy it ready-made.
What's the point of that? Why would you want to do that?
But that's like, why would you buy ready-made mashed potato if you make it yourself? It's just stupid.
Well, here's the thing. People buy ready grated cheese. Oh. Do you really? I love grated cheese, right? Because you get more bang for your buck when you grate some cheese. You can make a If I make a sandwich and I cut the cheese steady, then I can use up like half a block. But if I'm grating it, I use up like about a quarter of a block.
And grated cheese is better if you do cheese on toast than sliced cheese.
Yes, it is. But why would you buy it grated, you lazy bastard?
Because of that fact. It's the toe thing, I'm sure of it.
Okay.
The other point is obviously...
Do you get a blue badge for having lost a toe?
No, I don't know. I must ask. I don't drive, so...
Well, your mum might.
Good point.
Yeah, your mum might be able to drive in it and use it to go down to the bingo and stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
The other point was, how's the phone? Do you get the phone fixed?
What?
Your phone fixed.
What's it got to do with you? What's it got to do with you, you nosy so-and-so? Yes, I did. I did get my iPhone fixed. So what? I parked... Hey, I had one up on London. I had to drive... I drove into Covent Garden today. I parked illegally. I left it there for 10 minutes. Brap! I did not get no ticket. I did not get no ticket. I did not get no ticket. I did not get no ticket.
But was there a camera?
Oh, no! Oh, no, really?
Just pretend you were picking up on my artist. Don't worry about it.
Oh, bum. Okay.
What I was wondering is I've started to get a few abusive texts. I'm guessing you got your phone fixed.
Yes, that is correct, yes.
Yeah. Just wondering, could you just maybe one an hour?
Okay, mate, thanks for calling. What a knob. So we've got new listeners tonight. If you're a regular caller, come on, we want 2 facts about yourself. So that people listening at home can go, oh, okay, right, fine, I understand where this caller's got hands. We heard there from Gatford, he's got 9 toes and he's dull, and it fits him. Let's go to Bob. Evening, Bob.
Hello, Ian. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, Bob. How are you doing?
Hi, Katherine.
Hiya.
You all right?
Yeah.
What's wrong, Bob?
No, I'm all right. I was trying to think of 2 facts now about myself, but honestly, I can't do that now.
For those, I'll give you a fact, ladies and gentlemen. Is Bob Mortimer from The Smell of Reeves and Mortimer. Bob Mortimer. And that's...
Sounding a little bit down today, Bob. Not your usual perky self.
What's wrong, Bob?
No, I'm bouncing today.
You're bouncing?
Imagine, have you seen the pictures of Theresa May looking like a sexy art teacher?
No.
Yes, in a pink...
Oh, yeah.
Pink... Hey, do you remember
She looks like a char.
Sorry?
She looks like a char lady in that overall.
We'll say that in English.
A char.
She looks like a char?
Yeah, you know what a char is, don't you, Bob?
A char?
Yeah.
What do you mean,
like a char lady?
A chav, you mean?
No, a char lady.
Chav? You mean a chav? Quick,
03444991000.
Do you remember when you had to take in
Sure.
A char.
A char. Do you remember when you had to take in Dad's old shirt to art?
Yeah.
No one does that anymore.
No, they have pennies, don't they?
Yeah, I suppose so. Kids try and take one of my old shirts into art. They'll get what for? They'll get what for, Bob?
What was this? I'm sorry, but taking old people's shirts into art.
Bob, have you been taking a lot of drugs today, mate?
No, I think less than usual.
I think maybe you should up your dosage a bit, because it's like a record slowing down.
No, what I phoned up for, right, is because you were talking about, like...
Nelson Mandela, free him.
Games, weren't you?
Yep.
You mentioned games.
What?
There's something about games that you mentioned, wasn't there?
What did you hear me mention? Because I suspect it was not something I actually said, but go on.
I'm trying to remember myself. No, but... yeah, games. It was something to do with games, wasn't it?
I should just say, this isn't the James Wales show. I don't need callers for filler.
No, I'm not feeling right.
Okay. You're not feeling right either. Okay. Games. No. Yes, games, Bob. Dear God. I feel like a crazy butcher. Yes.
Right. In the past before, you've, like, kind of had, like... I call them radio games, yeah?
What?
And the only way you can play them is to be a radio presenter.
Okay, you're talking about games?
So, like,
are you talking about the radio presenters Olympics? Because that's a thing.
No.
Every year, Kid Jensen wins the 400-metre hurdle.
Steve Wright comes
last.
No,
like, do you know, you've done that thing before where you said, like, callers have to call in and they have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, etc.
Yes.
Blimey, this is an extremely delayed call. That was about a week ago.
It was more than that. It was about
but it was... No, I was just thinking of it. So I'm trying to think of new games, right?
Yes. Oh, so good. Content. Yes. Okay. Yes. Content.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, do you know, as a radio presenter, right?
Yes.
Do you know, you can come on the mic and you can just speak for like 5 minutes.
Yes, that's my job. Yes.
Like talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's quite hard to do.
Well.
Okay, Paul. Bob, thank you very much indeed. I mean, anybody?
Slow-mo Bob.
Are there any variation? We're not playing Stuck in the Mud. I believe Scott Mills is doing that next week.
Is he?
It's Scott Mills next week, Regent's Park. He's playing Stuck in the Mud. So, are there any other kind of rules that... I don't think there'll be a homie. Fay Nights is out. I'm the only one that can pull Fay Nights as the organiser.
What is that?
Fay Nights. Well, you cross your fingers, you go Fay Nights.
And they can't get you.
I'm tempted to allow Plug.
What's that?
Plug. It's where you put your thumb up against your third eye and you say Plug.
I'm just going to run around like that then.
I'm tempted to allow Injection 999.
No.
Did you have that?
No.
How did Injection... we don't normally do old kids games, but because we're playing Had, I think it's a bit... So Fay Nights is like a First World War thing, right?
Right.
It's French-ish. I bet it'll be some French thing. Well, you know how some words that they now sound English, but they've got a French origin, like cul-de-sac. It used to be le cul-de-sac.
No.
So Fay Nights is probably
what? Say it again.
Le cul-de-sac.
It's very erotic.
So Fay Nights is probably something like le féninois. So what does le féninois mean in English? What does that mean? Le féninois. The black fenny.
Well, it'd be noir if you say...
I'm saying noir. Le féninois. En français. J'ai vrai le féninois.
Mais qu'est-ce que tu dis?
Qu'est-ce que vous? Et toi? Et toi? C'est si bon?
Je crois que t'es confusé.
J'habite à cela.
No, you don't.
Je voudrais pour les noix.
Hein?
Pour les noix.
A black chicken.
Pour les noix.
Pour les noix.
Pour les noix. Mais oui. Et deuxième pour les noises.
Deux poulets noirs.
Deuxième poulet noir.
Mais...
Avec la chambre sur les passions. L'amour.
Oh God.
L'amour, le noir femme.
Non. Il faut que je dise que l'amour avec les poulets noirs, c'est interdit.
Je ne comprends pas le soleil chambre. Je ne comprends pas le soleil chambre. Et avec les arrangements sur la Nelson Mandela.
Mais qu'est-ce que tu dis? Nelson Mandela est libre, il est mort.
Et en français.
1990.
Les Nelson et Nelson Mandela habitent les robbers.
Mais non.
Ils l'ont.
Non.
C'est oui. C'est oui.
Non.
Vrai, enfant, vrai.
Non, c'est faux.
C'est vrai.
Il est mort. Tu comprends pas, hein? Tu comprends rien.
Mais oui. Qu'est-ce que tu pour la pomme de terre avec il noir et blanc et verte et l'orange. Pour la qu'est-ce que tu pour la
You heard yourself.
c'est noir. Le ceci noir. Le ceci noir. Écoutez et répétez. Le ceci noir. Le ceci noir.
Are you saying a black assassin?
Oh God, I'm being racist again. En français.
T'es raciste?
J'aime. Non, terroriste. Non. C'est un islamique.
Oh non.
L'extrémisme. Le homosexuel.
What?
Chronos homosexualis. Islam, extrémisme. C'est non. Moi, non.
Je faut que c'est.
Le
Il vaudrait mieux si on change le sujet, quoi.
Pardonnez-moi. Ouvrez la fenêtre. Fermez la bouche. Pardonnez-moi. Ça, c'est ma pine.
What?
Ça, c'est ma pine. Ça, c'est ma deuxième pine. C'est vrai ou faux? C'est vrai.
Oh mon Dieu.
Adieu.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio. My name is Iain Lee. That's Catherine Boyle. Sam is the young gentleman who'll be answering the phone calls. It's easy to phone up. The number, I'm going to give it to you in a second. It's free for most of you. It's probably part of your package. At most, it will cost you pennies. You ring up, you'll hear a little recorded thing, and then you'll speak to Sam. He'll take your name and number, and then he'll call you straight back. So we pay for the call. Here comes that all-important number, 0344 499 1000. 0344 499 1000.
And your French doesn't have to be perfect.
No, God, no, it doesn't. As
Don't
you
be
heard
intimidated.
from Catherine there. And if you're waiting for the question, you're going to be waiting a long time, guys. We haven't got a question. So, quick recap. We've talked about, the show has finally made a political stance. We are anti-apartheid. We are pro the release of Nelson Mandela's. We've discussed Angel Delight. Had, tag and it in all its various forms. We've got loads of new listeners, so when you call up, we want 2 facts from you about yourself, please. 0344 499 1000. Good evening, Darren.
Hello again, Ian.
Darren, we need 2 facts about you for all of our new listeners, please.
Right. How are you doing? Are you all right? Hip, hip, hip and all that?
Okay, let's... Got to hurry up those 2 facts, Darren.
No problem. Right, well, 2 facts. I'm self-employed roofer, so I climb roofs for a living.
I got the first bit. I didn't get the last 2/3 of that sentence.
Slow it down. I'm a self-employed roofer, so I work as a roofer for a living.
A woofer?
A roofer.
No, a roofer. A roofing
I thought it was someone who made the noise for dogs that couldn't bark.
Roof.
No, but I am a bit barking.
Okay, so that's 1 fact.
And I can speak 1 line of French. Isn't that fact?
Okay, fine. So what have you got for us tonight, Big Dad?
I was going to ask if you can decipher this because it's the only one I remember from school. Aujourd'hui, le livre est sur la table.
Yeah, today you put the book on the table. Mate, I speak fluent French.
No, I know that. That's the only bit I ever remember.
Well, let's just hope that when we do go to war with France, and it's almost inevitable now
I'll
with
be
the
at the
current
back,
political climate, that you're not called upon to translate.
I'll shoot them.
You shoot okay, there we go. We've got our first conscript, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to go to war with France. It's inevitable. Who wants to, tell you what, Darren, this is what we're going to do tonight. Beautiful. This is what we're going to do.
Come on.
Pen, I need a little pen. We're going to start an army, Darren.
Okay, yes, there are. There's loads of pens in there.
We're going to call it the Toon Army.
Well, you could be the rooftop sniper.
Yeah, you're going to be the sniper, Darren.
That's the one.
Sniper. All right, hang on a minute. I always get... Do you get this, right? The anxiety when you're about to write a list, okay, as to what you put in the first column and what you put in the second column. I've written sniper, then I was about to write Darren, and now I'm thinking, well, maybe it's better if I put the name in the first column.
I would have, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, arse. All right. Well, I've started it now, and I don't want to scribble it. So, Sniper Darren, but everyone else, the name will be in the left-hand side. So, if you want to join the army, because we're going to go to war against the French, and I'm of the thinking that preemptive strikes are always the best. Always the best, aren't they, Darren?
Yeah, so I'll get the ladder and I'll crack on with it.
You're a good lad. You get up that ladder and you start cracking one out. Excellent stuff, indeed.
And we're allowing trans men and women to join, aren't we?
I'd have to fight them first to see if they were up to snuff.
I think that's standard procedure with
Yeah.
anyway.
Listen, trans, you are more than welcome to come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. It really is that simple. We certainly don't discriminate here. I will fight anybody, except for men significantly younger and stronger than me. Apart from that group of people. And also men who are a little bit younger and just a smidge stronger than me. Wouldn't fight them. And also
men.
And also,
yeah.
I would fight an old man. Oh, I would fight an old man.
So Dennis.
I would fight dirty with an old man. I'd punch him in the windpipe. That's what I do. I fight dirty with an old man. Well, when you're fighting, Catherine, as you know, I was asked to leave. I got kicked out of the MMA because mixed martial arts because I was too deadly. And
is that because you're a karate master?
Well, I'm not just a karate master. I'm a kung fu man. I'm a jiu-jitsu Joe. Also a judo Joe.
Nunchuck challenger.
I'm a throwing star shit. I really do. You're right. See, I just threw one at Kath there, and it just missed her, and that's why she's crying. 'Cause it just missed. It just went past her ear. Throwing star. And MMA, the head of MMA, Hulk Hogan, came up. He phoned me up. FaceTimed me actually, and. He said, "Yo, I said, hey, Hulk, man, how's it going, man?" He said, "I said, I can't talk for long. I'm training for this weekend's MMA tournament." And he said, "Yeah, man, I've got to ask you. You're being asked to leave the MMA." I said, "What are you talking about, man?" He said, "You're just too deadly. You're just too deadly, and we can't risk." This is what Hulk Hogan.
Did he call you a weapon or a tool? Tool, right?
Yes, he did. He said I was a massive tool. And he said we just can't risk because it's cage fighting is what I prefer to do. I love it when people
can't get out
trapped and in a ring. And so he said we cannot risk a repeat of what happened at the previous MMAs.
Was that the massive wedgie?
In Shanghai. No, it was just embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. You know that lady that did a poo in her pants when she was doing MMA?
That was a wedgie though, wasn't it?
Well, it's because she saw me in the audience and she pooed her pants. And so Hulk Hogan was worried that everyone would shit themselves, basically. Literally. So I've been kicked out of the MMA. So what we're going to do tonight is we are going to... But I still do... like
street fighting,
pub fighting, bare knuckle fighting, cock fighting. I'm doing a lot of cock fighting, a lot of cock actually. I've been doing a lot of cock recently. It's really hard.
That was illegal.
Well, listen, Catherine, you know me and the law. This is why I don't broadcast under my real name, and why I never stay at a radio station for more than 4 years, because I'm a fugitive wanted by by Interpol. For a series of high-profile
cockfights,
political assassinations. So I make money by presenting radio shows under a variety of pseudonyms, and also cockfighting. So if I'm in a pub and someone offers me a tenner, I get my cock out, and I don't go. I will not leave until I've finished every cock in that room. If I leave,
finish them.
If I leave one cock unturned, then I've not earned that. I've not earned that £5. So
£5 now. I thought it was 10.
Sometimes 5, sometimes 10.
Split the difference.
Sometimes I have to pay back half of it for damages, but I will finish off.
All right. Okay. Yeah,
you got the image.
You're a professional.
So I do that. I do a little bit of bear baiting. It's just...
Again, is that allowed?
Technically, no. But when you're a shadow...
When you say bear...
Yes.
What? You mean no clothes, right?
No. I mean, I am naked. Yes, you're right. I am naked, fighting all kinds of bears. You don't really get bears in this country, so...
It's usually men in bear suits.
Sometimes it's men in bear suits. Sometimes it's like those mascots you get at football matches.
Also, it might not even be a bear. It could be a crocodile.
Yeah. But sometimes it's real animals. I had to wrestle a pig. I'll do it. But we're going off we're going off the topic ever so slightly. So if I can just bring you back. What we're going to do tonight, dear listeners, we're going to start an army. We've already got... so I'm really confused by writing that there. We've already got a sniper. His name is Darren. What we need, from my experience, as a member of many, many armies, and both legal and black ops, is we need a captain, we need a sergeant, and we need shed loads of idiots that are going to stand at the front and get shot first. So,
can I offer to be the one that holds the coats?
You certainly can, Catherine. Yes,
Great.
That's very noble of you.
Yes.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. And unlike Trump, we will allow trans people to join our ranks. I said ranks before anybody starts making smutty noises. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us einen callen. There's a strange story in the papers today. And I don't know where I stand. I haven't made my stance.
It's not like you these days. I mean,
Yep.
you're very politically minded.
I haven't made my stance on this known yet.
Okay.
An arts centre. Already I'm thinking bloody libtards. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking liberal elite. I'm thinking hipsters with beards, smoking pipes, probably snorting cocaine off the arse crack of expensive hookers.
Cultural Marxists.
Exactly, and whilst reading books. That's what I'm thinking. Seeing plays, reading books.
Wearing scarves.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm there.
An arts centre has been blasted for organising a Benny Hill fun run. Look this up. It's the Chapter Arts Centre in Cardiff. Look them up. See how they run. Urging people to wear nurses' outfits and race around a park to the tune of yakety sax.
Okay.
The Chapter Art Centre in Cardiff is using the run on Saturday to launch Benny, a play about the famously sexist comic's life. After a Facebook post encouraged runners to dress up and recreate Hill's famous chase scenes, Eleanor Hill... See if you can find the post on this, because I want to read the comments. Eleanor Hill commented, "Seriously? In 2017? Buck up chapter. Buck up chapter. What the hell does that mean? Nicola Blunden accused the centre of recreating a piece of misogynistic TV and added, chapter, this is beneath you. Chapter said the run was not a celebration of Hill's work. A Q&A at the play would ask if his legacy was mirth or misogyny. I wasn't allowed to watch Benny Hill when I was a kid.
I didn't like it. It was a bit creepy. But I think that's a funny idea.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to watch it because it was a bit rude. But he did other funny stuff. He did other stuff, you know. He was in, he's obviously in The Italian Job. He plays a pervert in that, actually.
Yeah, he's in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Is he?
Yeah, he's the toy maker.
And he made some absolutely brilliant records as well. So, I think, and here's the weird thing, huge in America. Absolutely huge in America.
France, they love him.
You're thinking of Jerry Lewis?
No, Benny Hill.
Le Benny
Hill.
Le Benny Cochondin. But in America, huge. People go, have a look. Right, we've got the news coming up. Well, this is what we'll do. The next hour, not only are we starting an army, Kyle's phoned in. I think he's going to be an infantryman. I think he's going to be cannon fodder, basically. But we'll audition him. And then we'll talk about Benny Hill. So I never really saw the episodes. I'm, you know, remember obviously the sketches with people's clothes coming off, but I'd like to suspect that there was more to it than that. There must have been more to it than that. You couldn't have got a whole, could you get a whole half an hour every week and get like 15 million views? Anyway, we'll do that. If you've ever seen an episode of Benny Hill, I would love to hear from you. The telephone number to give us a call, remember, we call you back, guys, is 0344 499 1000. 0344 499 1000. Kyle will be up bang after the news. You could be after Kyle. This is the Late Night Alternative with me, Iain Lee. Her Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
Another 2 hours of this nonsense to go, dear listener. 0344 499 1000. We'll talk about Benny Hill in a bit. Is there anything redeemable about him? You're listening to the Late Night Alternative with me, Iain Lee, on Talk Radio.
Late Night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
We met in Santa Fe, where she ran a small cafe. First time every kiss my heart went thud. It was like a mouthful of nothing, but it tasted just like heaven. Sounded like a cow pulling its foot out of the mud. I helped her bake a pudding, and it was finger licking good. And I thought maybe someday she'd become my wife. She hollered from the kitchen, Kenny, would you trust the chicken? Said, of course, so with my darling, with my life. I swear to God, I only wanna love you, and I promise you that other men ain't banned. But I don't mind playing second fiddle, oh my darling, I just wanna be in your band.
He's doing a decent Kenny Rogers there. He's doing the backing track is lousy, but he's doing a good Kenny Rogers.
He's got a nice little crack in his voice.
There's a picture of him dressed up as Kenny.
It's like DLT.
Yeah, you have to go and ruin it for everyone, don't you? So you found this, so this is Arts Centre. They're doing a play about Benny Hill, which, you know, about time. Loads of people on Twitter saying his last two series on ITV are the ones that are considered mucky. When he was on the BBC, and this was my suspicion, it was very clever sketches and wordplay. So I don't know, but so this the Chapter Arts Centre in Cardiff, is using doing a Benny Hill run on Saturday to launch Benny, a play about his life. What have you found online?
There's a couple of people, you know, as usual with these kind of online furores. There's a couple of people who are sort of speaking out and saying that they're
pronounced for, are we?
They're disgusted.
Yes,
but Chapter, I think. I'm on Chapter's side. It says, hi everyone, many thanks for your commenting. We appreciate your feedback. Just wanted to clarify, this show is not a celebration or indeed a tribute of Benny Hill and his life and work. Far from it. It's an analysis of his life and an exploration of how someone whose career burned so brightly was able to fall so quickly. It looks at how what one man thought was acceptable eventually destroyed him. The purpose of the quote-unquote frisky fun run is to create a fun chase scene to raise awareness for the production, and we're inviting men and women alike to dress up in fancy dress, wear whatever they'd like to simply have a bit of fun. There's also a more serious side to this, however, and Chapter will be hosting Q&A sessions around the performance to discuss Benny's work and whether his overriding legacy is one of mirth or misogyny.
It sounds all right. I mean, I don't know enough about him to, but I think history has perhaps been unkind to him.
Let's remember that in the time when he was popular, women on television were generally either dolly birds or are indoors, weren't they?
Yeah.
So it's not him doing this on his own. It was the general practice.
Well, hang on a second. That doesn't necessarily mean that doesn't necessarily mean it's okay.
No, but what I'm saying is, it was of its time.
Do you remember when we worked at the other place? And I can't remember how we got into the conversation, but we had a guy phone up who I guess was in his 60s, maybe late 60s. He was an architect or a lawyer or something.
I do
and he used to talk
this.
about Friday afternoons in the office when the secretaries would come in and they'd get them to bend over and
sit on their laps and stuff.
and while they drank scotch.
I know, it's like Mad Men.
Yeah, very. Anyway, if I can't think of anything more fun than dressing up as a sexy nurse and just ready to run.
You know what they should do?
Yeah.
They should all chase Benny Hill instead of it being the other way around.
That's what happened.
Yeah, well, that's what always happened at the end, but that's the way they should do the fun run.
Kyle?
Good evening, boss. You all right?
I'm good, thank you. First of all, which role do you want in... Oh, you've got to give us 2 facts about you as an introduction to all the new listeners that I've scared away this evening.
Okay, I'm currently sporting a beard, but it's not in tribute to you.
Well, no, hang on a minute. I need to clarify. These facts can't just be, and today I saw a squirrel.
Got a red top on.
It's got to be relevant so that from your history as a caller to the show. So, like, Paul in Stoke Poges, if I were to let him on tonight, would go, I'm really boring and I send abusive emails or something like that.
Okay.
So give us 2 facts.
Okay, I'm Kyle. I'm from Rochdale, which is the hometown of Bill Oddie.
Neither of those. Catherine, you.
I'll let him have Rochdale. He can have that. Kyle from Rochdale.
No, you can't have where you're from as a fact.
Okay.
No.
Try again, Kyle.
Trial.
I can't think about that. It's vaguely interesting.
It doesn't have to be It doesn't have to be interesting. It just has to
be true.
Be true, but it can't be your name and location.
I was seriously ill when I first got in touch with the
Here
show.
we go. Boom! That's a fact. It's true. It's a fact. Well, as far as we know, it's a fact. It could be a fantasist. We don't know. But yes, that is a fact. Boom! We've got it.
Oh, there you go. Is that enough for me then?
It's 50%.
One more.
It's 50%. You need another factoid, Kyle.
My favourite wine is red Merlot.
Just to end this torture, I'm going to say yes. That'll do.
enough.
That'll do. Next thing. Which role do you want in the army?
Well, there were a couple of it. That's all right. I mean, the army. I was going to go for what's those blokes who push the little coyotes used to call me cannon fodder. That's not going to happen. That bit where you just sort of push like little figurines around on a table with little
strategist,
like a croupier stick.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to be you want to be? I think they're generals and majors. Do you want to be a general or a major?
General.
Okay, fine. All right, we've got our first general. Do you feel comfortable sending innocent, naive young men and women and trans people into potentially fatal situations?
Yeah.
Perfect.
He's cool with
he's got the gig. Anything else, Kyle?
Yeah, well, I was going to say, this thing about, because I tuned in about 10:30, this thing about cockfighting, where you said you would, like, finish off, like, 10 blokes in the evening or whatever.
I didn't say, hang on a minute, I didn't say I'd finish off 10 blokes.
10 cocks,
10 cocks I finished off, yes.
Oh, yeah, but you said you were FaceTiming with Hulk Hogan.
Mm.
Yeah.
But
he kicked me out of the MMA.
Have you never seen his sex tape?
Yeah. I was. Who do you think was holding the camera? This is how close I am to Hulk. Who do you think was holding the camera?
Well, I'm impressed.
I was there. I'm a bit disappointed with the lighting, but we kind of did it as a spontaneous thing. I'm very proud of it. I am very, very proud of it, and I've won several awards for my my artistic camera work on the Hulk Hogan sex tape. So, Kyle, you may think that you were about to embarrass me with my involvement with that, but actually, I'm standing proud, as I was then.
You've turned it round, that's all I can say.
No, didn't turn it round. That was Hulk's suggestion to turn it round. That was entirely Hulk's suggestion. I'm not really into that. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Good evening, Bill.
Yeah, are you okay, mate?
I'm okay, mate. Bill, are you coming?
I'll join your army. I'll be the lead singer at the front.
You'll be the lead singer of the army?
Yeah, when you go into battle, you start singing.
Are you confused enough with the new model army? Because that's been disbanded quite a long time ago.
Now, you need a singer, don't you?
I don't think that armies tend to have singers.
They do, as they're marching into battle.
What do they sing, Bill? What song would you sing as the soldiers are marching into battle against the French?
Give peace a chance.
Okay. Put him under cannon fodder.
Yeah. All right, mate. You can
be the singer.
You can be the singer, Bill. Yeah, don't you worry.
As Kath, about Benny Hill, the women. Has Kath got suspenders on tonight?
No, I lent them to you. They came back stretched.
So, Bill.
Yeah.
Let's get to the nitty gritty, shall we?
Go ahead.
What have you called in for, buddy?
To join your army.
Well, you're the singer.
Right.
And to be the singer, you need to stand right at the front in everybody, and so they can follow your voice as you march towards France. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's it, mate. Yeah,
absolutely perfect, Bill. Well done. I don't know if he's bright enough to be cannon fodder, that one. Jeez. 0344 499 1000. So what are the comments on the Facebook page about the Benny Hill thing, then?
Okay, here we go. It was pitched as a classic Benny Hill chase scene and all a bit of a lark, hardly raising awareness of anything but a misguided attempt to jollify and celebrate what was, even at the time, hopelessly sexist and outdated.
Just stop the clock. Time out. It's being talked about on national radio that no one listens to. But it's being talked about on a radio station that has an audience of potentially 7 billion people. So I would say awareness is between one person and 7 billion people. Somewhere in between there is the number of people listening to us. Between 0 and 7 billion. So it's potentially
probably about 20.
Yeah, 20 billion. Okay, go on. More next.
Try again, chapter. I'm not convinced you have any idea how bad this looks.
Oh, jeez.
And then hopefully it will be viewed in part as a product of the times. We know better now. We didn't then. Here we go. It's that sort of the same woman over again. Here we go. Here's another one. Let's see. Oh, here's another one. Yep. It's a bizarre response, this. I don't care if you celebrate his life or not. I care that you are recreating a piece of misogynistic TV, misguided and not what I expect from a place I love.
I mean, I wouldn't call it necessarily. I wouldn't come out with that idea and then see it through. But in terms of marketing, it's genius because it's got itself a little bit in the Daily Mirror. I wouldn't mind seeing the play, if I'm completely honest.
And I want to see the video of them doing it.
Who was that? What was the play we saw in...
Hello. It's called Oh, Hello.
Who was he, though? Glasses. He's on a cover of a Smiths thing. In the Carry On films.
Oh.
Lost his... what was his name? Don't Google it. Don't Google it. Google does not exist.
His name was...
Oh, for goodness.
Charles Hawtrey.
Charles Hawtrey. There we go. I like plays like that about old people. I like it. So I would like to see the Benny Hill thing. Can we see if we can get someone on tomorrow? What day is it tomorrow? Thursday. See if we can. We got Bill Maybe Friday. Maybe we can get someone on Friday.
Well, I'm in touch with them. I've sent them a message. The chapter.
So we'd like to come on, and we will mention the chase. But actually, I wouldn't mind having a chat with them about the show primarily. Yeah. We'll mention the chase and try and unpick some of the thinking there. So tomorrow, 3:00,
is happening at Speaker's Corner at Hyde Park. Here's my worry. I'm expecting hundreds, okay? I'm expecting hundreds to turn up. But literally nobody on Twitter or email has messaged me to say that they're going to come. Literally not one person. Loads of people saying, oh, I'd love to make it, I live too far away, I'm working, I think you're a nonce, all that kind of stuff. But not one person said, yeah, I'll be there, Ian, looking forward to it. Looking forward to it, mate. Bring in me shoes that make me run faster. No one said that.
Surely they will have all been in training for this.
Well, but there is a strong possibility.
It's just me and you.
You're definitely coming, is it?
Well.
Oh, there is a strong possibility that no one will rock up to the thing, and that'll be funny.
If that happens,
yeah.
I think we just start chasing randoms.
I don't think you can do that in London. Not anymore. You get tasered. Anyway, so that is happening. Saturday, of course, 1 o'clock, the Rabbit Hole Show. Katherine and I are performing in a room above a pub. It's not as seedy as it sounds. It's part of the Manchester Fringe. We will be in Salford.
King's Arms.
The King's Arms in Salford. There are you'll be able to get tickets on the door, maybe. There are certainly a handful of tickets you can book online at ticketsource.co.uk/Iain-Lee. Ticketsource.co.uk/Iain-Lee. Follow me on Twitter. I'll do that. But here's the moment of jeopardy. So we'll be in Manchester on Friday, Manchester and Salford on Friday. We're going to be doing the show from somewhere in Manchester and Salford on Friday. Here's the jeopardy. We still haven't found anywhere to do the show. No one's got in touch. No one's volunteered. No one said, yeah, you can come to our pub, our cafe, our shop, our DOS house. No one has got in touch. And this isn't me doing what are we going to do? This is genuinely me doing, I don't know what we can do. Will we have the 3G thing so that we could walk around Manchester and do it?
I haven't asked for that, but I suppose I could.
Well,
I don't think we've got the usual equipment. He needs to show me it tomorrow.
Oh, Struth. This is going to be an absolute Friday show. If it happens, is going to be a disaster. It could be 3 hours of silence, which is what they broadcast at 10 a.m. Weekdays on Talk. Switch it off.
And on LBC all the time.
And on LBC. Here's the rub, Bernard. I bet we'd get a higher audience if we broadcast 3 hours of silence than this rubbish. So, we really have to focus now on where we're going to do the show on Friday. This is what is worrying me, guys. Manchester, Salford, for goodness sakes, you've had your troubles and we have been there for you. Please be there for us, guys. Rise as one and help us find somewhere that we can broadcast this show from on Friday. 0344 499 1000 at Iain Lee on Twitter. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Isn't it funny? Good evening, dear listener. This is the Late Night Alternative. Thank you to everybody who has joined us, who is new. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. No, hang on a second. I'm trying to find out. No, that's a joke. That's a joke. Someone is trying to tell me that Barry Scott is dead.
Oh, that's been a rumour, hasn't it?
Yeah. That's not true. Okay, right. I just checking there before we dived into all of that nonsense. Hey, listen, I hate 0344 499 1000. If you're waiting for the question, you listeners, there isn't one. Basically, I sit here and I chat stuff and Kath chats stuff and we talk about our day and we talk about what's been happening. And you can call in about any of that. If you want to call in about Muslims and Trump and Brexit, you're welcome to. But really, you'd have to have... I'd prefer it if you had something original that had so far not been mentioned in the debate. We'll talk about the papers, we'll talk about the news, we'll talk about all of that stuff. It's a phone-in show unlike any other. I saw a thing as I was driving through central London today.
Because I had to go to Covent Garden to get my phone because Apple had to keep it overnight. Thanks, guys. And I saw a protest by the Women in Black. Are you aware of the Women in Black?
No.
There were 4 of them. They were stood opposite. Oh, is it the National Gallery or the National Portrait Gallery? The one near Leicester Square. It's near a pub where I saw Gail Tilsley walking into once. And I think there were 4 of them, and they were women, and they were in black. And they had placards. Are you Googling it?
No, I'm writing it down in my recap.
Okay. Kath's recap, guys, and we'll that's great. And they were, if anyone knows anything about them, 0344 499 1000. They were anti-war.
Right.
I think they were also anti-domestic abuse, but it may have been. I mean, I'm sure that they probably are. I'm not saying they're pro domestic abuse, but they may have, the violence against women that they were speaking of may have just been in wartime. I don't know.
Okay.
I was driving, guys. I couldn't give it couldn't give their placards my full attention. It was Charing Cross, a very difficult road to negotiate. I was lost and I was in a bad mood as well. So I don't know what they were. I don't quite know the thrust of their protest. But I like protesters. Have you ever protested? Have you ever stood somewhere that wasn't a queue for a reason?
No, not really. I mean, the thing is, you've got to remember, I was a BBC journalist for 15 years, and that kind of stuff's frowned upon.
It is frowned upon.
I've stood on the fringes of it and watched other people protest.
Yeah.
But
I don't think I have. I nearly went on the anti-war march in 2003, but I was doing a breakfast show and taking a lot of drugs, so I just went home and partied and then slept.
Right, but you were definitely behind that.
I was behind it. I supported the anti-war thing. I don't think I've ever protested. I don't think I have. What a waste of a life.
I've led a student revolt.
What about canteen? Bad canteen?
Something similar. They changed the title of our course made it sound rubbish. So I said, I'm not having that. So I went and saw the dean and took a petition.
There were people that tried to encourage some of us to protest when I was at university. And the year before I'd gone to that university, Middlesex University, it was Polytechnic, and it had been on the national news because the students there had done a protest. They'd done a sit-in protest against something. And it was like 500 students had sat in somewhere to protest something, and I think they got it changed. So there was an air of rebellion and revolution that really did not grasp me in the slightest. Didn't move me in any way. I do wonder. I mean, the fact that the anti-war march in 2003 was 1 million people. What does it have any effect? Does it change anything?
Right. I think, unfortunately, the decision had already been made.
Yep.
I think that the facts are borne out now by various documents that we've seen. But it does show, I guess it does show the strength of feeling in that in history now people will look back and say, look, the population were not behind it. It was unpopular from the start. Whereas if we hadn't had that, they might be forgiven for thinking we weren't bothered.
Well, 0344 499 1000. Yes, Paul.
Hello. I'm holding 2 things in my hand right now that are music related to do with Benny Hill. That I just dug out from my music collection.
Well, I look forward to you telling us what they are in about 5 minutes' time.
Well, can I tell you now?
Please do, mate.
Okay. The first one is a vinyl recording of the Benny Hill theme tune that is called Yakety Sax.
Right, so a record, yep.
Yes, I have it on 7-inch vinyl.
Okay, probably worth about 6p.
Yeah, okay, and it's written by Spider Rich and Boots Randolph.
Right.
Okay, the B-side is called I Really Don't Want to Know.
No, I don't. I really don't.
Okay, it's on Monument Records.
Why?
Please don't give us the catalogue number.
No, I won't. Okay. Secondly,
Ernie,
I
the
have
fastest
in my
milk
hand-
float in the West.
Secondly, I have in my hand a CD of an album called Neck to Neck, which is Chet Atkins duetting with Mark Knopfler, and they cover the song on it, Yakety Sax.
That sounds awful.
Chet Atkins and Mark Knopfler.
Yeah.
Mark Knopfler got his sound from Chet Atkins.
He got his. Two of the most boring guitar people playing boring music.
You called Chet Atkins boring?
Yes, mate. Yes, I did.
Oh, God. You never heard of Gretsch, then?
I've got a Gretsch, mate. I've got a 1967 Gretsch limited edition Monkeys issue. Cost me £2,000. Yeah, I've got a Gretsch.
Do you mean the guitar?
Yeah.
I mean the Gretsch guitar.
Oh, sorry, mate. I thought you meant the Gretsch guitar. That's what I'm talking about. A limited
Called a Country Gentleman.
Yes, I've got a 1967 limited edition Gretsch Monkeys model guitar. Yes.
It's a Chet Atkins Country Gentleman, the Gretsch guitar I'm on about.
Well, hang on a minute. I'm on about a different Gretsch guitar. Guess what? What is going on? Guess what, Paul? They made loads of guitars.
Yes, they did.
Yes, I know they're Gretsch. They're primarily a guitar manufacturer, but not exclusively. They also made drums.
Guys, what's this sexual tension between you two?
I've got no idea why he's thinking I don't know about Gretsch guitars.
Are we both transgender, Ian?
No.
Okay. You wanted to fight, didn't you?
No, yeah. I don't even know what you're. I don't know what the point of this.
I was just letting you know that I knew about the Benny Hill theme tune. Yeah.
Okay.
And I had the.
But I know more. I know more about Gretsch than you do.
Oh, okay. Okay, shall I tell you that I own a limited edition, only 500 were ever made, of a Gibson Les Paul Standard in tobacco sunburst?
Sorry, I thought we were talking about Gretsch.
Okay, well, I'm just letting you know that as well.
Well, I've told you about my limited edition Gretsch.
Okay, and it's a Monkeys one, yeah?
Yeah, 1967. They're very, very collectible, very hard to find.
Made in Nashville.
Okay.
Yes?
I don't know the location that it was made in. I will have to go and ask it.
Okay.
Thanks for calling, Paul.
Thank you.
Always tense.
Measuring tapes down, chaps.
Am I?
What is that? What is that thing?
Am I too hard on that guy?
Well, I don't know why it always ends up being a scrap. Either during or after the call.
Hey, listen. I'll tell you after this. Let's do the ad.
Uncut after-hours conversation for the up all-night generation. Late night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
So, someone is trolling me. Someone is trolling me. We did the thing the other day about some old guy who was in trouble with the council because he put some mooning gnomes, garden gnomes, in his front garden. Well, someone has sent me,
because you said he was obviously common and had no taste.
And someone has sent me a mooning gnome. Now, here's the thing. It's solar-powered, but it doesn't do anything. You're saying it needs a battery.
I suspect it might. Let's have a look.
Have you got a tiny screwdriver to open the...
What colour?
What?
Of course I haven't got a tiny
Well,
screwdriver.
I thought you might do, because you wear specs.
I'm not wearing them today. I suspect... No, that'll be the solar unit in there, won't it?
No, the solar unit is on the side to...
What's this bit then?
Well, that's...
The light. You put your bulb in there.
Right, hang on a minute. No. Give it up. Come on, please. That is battery size, that slot.
Well, that's what I said, but then you poo-pooed that.
Sam, have you got a tiny screwdriver? Go and... I'll look after the phones. Go and speak to one of the knobbers that does Talk Sports. See if you get a tiny screwdriver. So someone has sent me this, right? And someone... Yes, Paul?
There is no way that Iain Lee owns a 1967 Gretsch Monkeys guitar. There is no way he owns one. No way.
What makes you say that, Paul?
Because I've been a guitar tech for quite a few years, okay? And I've just double-checked it. There is no way he will own a 1967 Monkeys guitar by Peter Talk, and there's no way he owns one.
What makes
no way in the world.
Do you want to go on there and say that to him?
No, because he won't allow me on there, and he will just shout me down. There is no way he owns one. There is no way he owns one.
I can put you on there now.
Okay, go on.
All right, hang on. Look. So someone is trolling me with the. Oh, he's called in again. Hang on a second. Yes, Paul. What do you want?
There is no. I'm just going to say. I know you'll shout me down. There is no way you own a 1967 Gretsch Monkeys guitar.
What makes you say that?
There is no way you own one.
What makes you say that? What makes you say that?
Because I know my guitar. There is no way you own one.
Why not?
No way.
Why not?
They are totally. How much did you pay for it then? Go on.
It was And
where did you buy it from?
My wife thinks it was $1,000, but it was. I'm trying to remember if this was dollars or pounds. I can't remember if I got it from. No, I got it from the UK. I think it was about £1,900.
Okay, there's no way you bought it from the UK. You had to buy it from America.
No,
so yeah, you don't own one. You just don't.
Yes,
you just don't.
Yes, I do. Yeah, well, I don't understand. Here's the thing: if you're prepared to spend money, you can get anything.
Yeah, and you said it's worth £1,900, yeah?
That's what I paid for it, I think, yes.
That's what you paid £1,900.
£1,900, yes. It's a lot of money, and I'm very fortunate.
Okay, no way. You'd have to pay quadruple that.
I don't think you know what a 1967 Monkeys Gretsch guitar is.
Okay, cherry red, yeah? Or orange?
Cherry red,
Which
cherry
colour?
red. They only came in
cherry red,
They only
yeah?
came in cherry red, yeah.
No, the rare ones came in orange as well.
No, they didn't. They only came in cherry red. Some of them have been painted since. There is a black one that is often seen on eBay, but it was originally cherry red.
Okay, the black one, the only black one that's ever in existence is owned by Brian Setzer from the Stray Cat.
Incorrect. You don't know what you're talking about, man. There is a black...
No, you do not own a Monkeys 1967 Gretsch that costs you £1,900.
There is the only black Monkeys...
You just don't.
The only... Well,
You just don't.
Well, I do.
No, you just don't. Good night.
Yes, I do. He's put the phone down.
There it is again.
Phone him up and put him straight on. Have I shown it? I think I brought it into BBC Three Counties once.
I know you have one. You talked about it a lot.
I have one. My wife thinks it costs $1,000. It costs closer to $2,000. It was. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I do own one, Paul. Don't put the phone down. Don't have a little hissy fit just because I've got a guitar that you don't believe I own. They pop up on eBay quite often.
They pop on a cherry red 1967 Gretsch Monkeys guitar. Pop up on eBay quite often. Good night.
Sorry. Phone him back again.
What's this? What is this about?
Phone him up again. They pop up quite often. Mine isn't in the best of nick. You can pay up to $3,000 for one.
Call-in show, not a call you show.
What is wrong with you, Paul?
No, because it's just rubbish. Good night.
Right. Call him back again. One more time. Last time. Because I don't want to end like this. This is not. This is not good news.
What is this really about?
This is not good news. I'm expecting the abusive emails to come in. Paul, let's not fall out over a guitar, dude.
Let's not fall out over a guitar. Let's just agree with my Ovation acoustic and have love and
peace. There's a 1967 Gretsch Monkeys rock and roll model on eBay now.
Yeah, a rock and roll model. That's the Mexican flipping fake version.
Mate, you're talking... You literally are spouting nonsense. There is a 1967 Gretsch Monkeys from America, and it's overpriced at £3,828. It's overpriced.
Does it come from a certain shop called Eddie's Guitar Shop?
Mate, here's the thing. They were made 50 years ago, so some of them...
They were made 50 years ago. They were made more than that.
No, mate, they're from 1967. You do the maths.
Okay, the original ones were made in 1963, actually.
The Monkeys weren't around in 1963. Dear God, man, you're talking nonsense.
But the guitarist...
Do you know who you're talking to when it comes to Monkeys?
But the guitarist Peter Talk that design those Gretsch guitars was.
He did. Peter Tork didn't design the Gretsch guitars. He wasn't the Monkees guitarist. The Monkees were sponsored by Vox and by Gretsch. Okay,
Yes,
so Gretsch thought it would.
30, yes, I own one
Gretsch,
of the amplifiers.
I made a documentary about those, buddy. Don't get me on that. I made a documentary for the BBC.
Okay, the amount of times I've blown one of the tubes up in it, and
I don't care how many times you've blown something. The Monkees were sponsored by Gretsch. Their drums and their guitars were supplied by Gretsch. Gretsch thought it would be a great marketing idea to release a Monkees Gretsch that, and you could tell it was a Monkees Gretsch because it was red. It had the Monkees logo on the scratch plate, and it had a silver thing at the top that said Monkees Gretsch 1967 rock and roll model.
A silver thing at the top. Do you mean the headstock?
No, I don't mean that. I mean there was a silver plaque on the headstock, right? You can go do some research after the show, but I'm educating you now. And then pretty much the day after Gretsch released it, Mike Nesmith made an announcement to the press that the Monkees didn't play on their own records, and they sold...
It was like Mini Vanilli.
They sold diddly squat of the guitars. They were withdrawn, some of them were rebranded, but you can buy them, and there's one on eBay right now, Paul, and I've got one. Stay there, Rocky!
Hello, Ian.
Please talk to Paul.
Right, Paul. My name's Rocky, and I play in a rockabilly band. I'm a Brian Setzer tribute Stray Cats band.
Oh, good for you.
Right.
Now, Brian Setzer plays a Gretsch, yeah?
But Brian Setzer is a 6120 Gretsch guitar collector. I know Brian well. I did the DJing at his wedding in Minneapolis about 5 years ago to Julie. Okay, so don't tell me about...
you, all respect.
So don't mention Brian Setzer unless you know what you're talking about. As for guitars, if you go to Guitarville at Vegas, there's got a cherry red...
And Eddie Vegas, yeah?
1967 Monkees guitar for sale. I found at least 3 for sale.
Eddie Vegas, yeah?
$3,000.
Eddie Vegas, yeah?
His guitar
shop, yeah, Eddie Vegas.
Right, he's got one for sale. There are others for sale on...
Yeah, but you can only go to somewhere like Eddie Vegas to get one.
There's one on Reverb, reverb.com for £2,061 and £218 shipping from the States. That's a good price. Although it looks...
You're going to tell me next you can get one from Gumtree.
It looks a little bit battered, though. That's probably why that one's going for £2,000. Paul, I don't understand why you don't believe that an idiot like me would spend that much money on a guitar.
Okay, you can play the guitar, yeah?
Not particularly well, no.
But you can't play the guitar particularly well, but you own a guitar like that?
Yes!
Why?
Because I'm obsessed with the Monkees.
Okay, fair enough, I understand that.
So do you believe I've got one?
Well, maybe I do now, yeah. Maybe I do.
Because I haven't got one, it was just a joke.
No, I know.
Thanks for calling. I have got one. Of course I've got one. Idiot. Rocky, do you know Brian Setzer then, Rocky?
I'm also a professional DJ. I've just actually retired after 40 years. It's getting a bit too much for me.
Yeah.
I first met Brian and the boys in 1980 at the 400 Club in Torquay, and I've been following his career ever since. And he got married to one of his backing singers in the Dust Bunnies about 4 years ago now, and they had the wedding in Minneapolis. And I went over there because I know Brian.
Wow.
And he asked me if I could do the DJing at his
Wow, look at you. Because I don't know a lot about Brian Setzer. I'm aware of him, and I've read articles about him, and he is kind of a black hole in my musical knowledge. So I'm aware of his history and, kind of the stuff that he's influenced and stuff. But wow, you DJ'd at his wedding.
Look out for some CDs in the post. I've sent you some Brian Setzer and Darryl Hyam stuff. And also, I've sent you some answer CDs. Remember you were talking about that a week ago?
Yes.
Answer songs. Well, I just found 4 CDs in my collection of answer songs. I've taken the best off.
May God bless you.
And I've sent them to you as well.
Rocky, may God bless you, and thank you for calling in. And boy, what an exciting 20 minutes of radio it was for me. Must have been so dull for everybody else. Come on. What's going on with Paul tonight? That's a bit bit weird.
Guitar Wars.
Guitar Wars. I can't play it particularly well. No, it's a thing of beauty.
It's a memento.
Yeah, it's a memento. It's a thing of beauty. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. 0344 499 1000. The late night alternative on Talk Radio.
Late night Iain Lee.
On air and off the leash.
On Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Tomorrow night, 10, Biloddy. Coming in. Must bring my good camera in. It's in the boot of my car. I'll bring the good camera in. We'll get a picture of that. We'll hopefully, if he's up for it, we'll stream it on Periscope as well so you can see it. Do we know how long he's coming in for?
No.
Is he, he lives in North London, doesn't he? Is he sort of around
I cannot
Highgate?
disclose that information.
It's that Highgate kind of area, isn't it? Oh, right, okay, right. So he's around there. What a thrill. What a thrill. And just the people that man has worked with and what, he was working with the Pythons before they were the Pythons, and I think that's quite possibly going to be my in. Biloddy's going to be sat there. Just what a thrill. What a thrill. This is the great thing about this job, right?
What, the email started?
Put the guitar up on Twitter. You next to it, you effing idiot.
Wow.
Stop getting Kath to phone me up because I won't answer the phone, you dickhead.
It's not me.
I'll take a picture tomorrow, mate, and I'll post it. Take a picture. I'll Periscope it. If you're watching on Periscope tomorrow, when I wake up about midday, I'll play it. And then maybe I'll show you my other guitars. I've got a collection of guitars. I can't play them. I just think I can play them a little bit. I just think they're beautiful.
Join us this time tomorrow for yet another apology from Paul in Stoke Poges.
I'm sorry, and I was having a bad day.
And then the launch of another tirade about nonsense.
0344 499 1000. What were we just talking about?
We were talking about Biloddy and the joy of this job.
Biloddy. But the joy of this job is we get to just invite people that we love to come on the show. And I have been so surprised by the hit rate of people that have said yes over the last 15, 16 months. Danny Kelly's coming in one night as well to talk about music, have a really geeky chat.
A warning.
About music.
Having worked one, maybe 2 nights with Danny Kelly and bought about 6 books as a result.
Yeah.
This man is a huge bibliophile. And he
was the editor of Q magazine for a while.
Oh, my goodness.
He knows everything about everything, the people he's met as well.
The books he mentioned, I bought, and I'm not sorry. They were brilliant.
We'll have him in, and do you remember the only person that's ever been rude to me when I've asked them for an interview, and it absolutely broke my heart, was Carol Kay. Do you remember?
Oh, gosh, that was awful.
A member of the Wrecking Crew. Basically, Carol Kay and Hal Blaine, and she plays bass, one of the best bass guitar players in the world. I play a little bit of bass, right? I've got a Rickenbacker. This is just to wind Paul up. And Red Rickenbacker, like Bruce Foxton's from The Jam. And Carol Kay played on a lot of my favourite songs. Some of the Monkey songs, not too many. A lot of the Beach Boys stuff.
And we saw in a documentary called The Wrecking Crew.
Yeah. So I sent her an email. Her website's up. You can send her an email. Saying big fan of the Wrecking Crew, would love to talk to you. I did the kind of, I'm a bit of a bass player myself, but I'm a complete novice, and I'm in awe of what you do, that kind of thing. Well, she wrote back. I mean, she's in her 80s. I don't think I've got it anymore. Maybe I have. No,
she was furious.
No, I haven't got it. She wrote back the rudest, angriest email I've ever. How dare you mention the Wrecking Crew? There was no such band as the Wrecking Crew. That name was made up by that C. Hal Blaine, and it was like, whoa, hang on I mean, it was incredible. She sent me all of these documents to read. Basically, she was arguing that it was a horrible misogynistic boys' club and that her part had been significantly downplayed, and she would never do an interview with anyone other than the BBC. My email was ian.lee@bbc.co.uk. And, but she sent all these documents, but they weren't like Word documents or scans of things. They were like Notepad on notes on a computer, where it's like that weird font. It was all that, like reams and reams of that. So I wrote back saying, I'm really sorry that I offended you. I feel absolutely terrible. You know, I'm such a huge fan. Would never do that. I'm really sorry. I will certainly read all of this stuff that you've sent me. It would be great if you would come on and chat. Another email full of abuse, having a go at me. And it really upset me because there was no need for it. She could have just ignored it. She could have just replied "F off." She could have just said no thanks. But it was so angry.
I think the modern term for that is triggered.
Yeah,
the use of the words "the wrecking crew" completely sent her.
But it wasn't just that. I think it was. I don't know. Well, it wasn't just that, but that was part of it. So I then sent a third email saying, I have to say, I'm very upset and disappointed. This is when I was seeing a really good American therapist. So I was like, full on. Phew. I'm really upset and disappointed by what you're saying. I think your response was rude. I think it was mean. And I think it was completely uncalled for. I approached you as a fan and I have left completely disillusioned. And that was the end of that. But then I did some reading on her and she is a very bitter person, famously bitter, and she's also a fantasist. She also lies. Okay, let's be generous. She also misremembers some songs that she claims she has played on when there is documentary evidence that actually she didn't play on it and it was somebody else. So it was a really sad moment though, because I've always cited her. It was a brilliant documentary. It was a documentary on Radio 4 that I heard and that I got you to listen to.
There was a documentary and there was also a film that we saw. I think it might have been like a Netflix one or something.
Yeah.
She was totally charming on it. And so when you send that email through, we were both expecting a response from that woman.
Yeah.
That's not what we got.
And there's a great bit of footage, right? There's a great bit of footage of Gene Simmons from Kiss and her jamming on the bass. And it's wonderful. It's one of the very rare times you'll see Gene Simmons being humble. And it's great. And it was just the most... I was heartbroken. I was so upset by it. But it was her... So I gave it back. I gave it all back to her. It was her thing, nothing to do with me.
But then you get a response like the one we got yesterday.
From Simon Bates. What a gentleman. What an absolute... gentleman. I've always thought a lot of him, but
he still said no, but he said it with a style and panache that made us feel amazing.
Absolute gentleman. So thank you for that, Mr. Bates. Thank you very much indeed. But we've got some great guests coming on. It's going to be Chaz, not Dave. Dave never been a fan of interviews, apparently. Never enjoyed doing it, and now he's just completely withdrawn from doing interviews. So it's just going to be Chaz. But I'm still recording it in a house with a piano.
I know, and we've had Chaz on before, haven't we, when we went to the other place.
Yeah.
And the man can talk.
I told you, because I'm friends with his daughter, his son-in-law more, but I know his daughter. And for his grandson's 3rd, 4th, 5th birthday party. It was a typical kid's birthday, rented out the village hall, and there were kids and there were toddlers and there was party food, and we sat down and,
cups
of tea, and there was games and toys. And my eldest, I don't think the youngest was born, my eldest was invited, and we went, and the entertainment was Grandad Chaz on the piano playing. And I was in there thinking, just Chaz playing on the piano. He was just playing away throughout the whole thing. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I cannot wait. That's looking as though it might be next Thursday or Friday next week. I'm going to go and have a chat with him. Which would be cool. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. I do not like roller coasters. I don't like fairground rides of any description, and I certainly hate roller coasters. We went to Go Ape when we were away. You know, it's that thing where you climb in the trees.
Yeah, you've got previous with that you've hated it. You've been and done it and had panic attacks.
I did it twice, and did it twice to go with the youngest, who I think was 5, maybe he was 4, and you had to go up with him. And the first time I did it, I was terrified, but I managed to do it for an hour, but I was terrified. The second time, I got onto the first platform. It's this thing that's 30 foot up in the tree, and you're secure and it's safe and all of that. You harnessed it, and I got halfway across the first platform, and I just thought, I cannot I cannot do this. I just couldn't do it. I was filled with a terror, like a real terror, and it was completely irrational. And I got through it the first time by swearing to myself, going, "You can effing do this. You can effing do this," and singing to myself. You know, I kind of make up silly songs, and it got me through it. But it just wasn't working. And I got across the first bridge. So it's about 30 foot up. The bridge is about 20 foot long. And this was the easy trail, and there were, I think, 6 bridges and some sway and so. And after halfway through the first one, I thought, I cannot do this. And I managed to get around the first one. And all the time I was thinking, I'm going to start crying. Honestly, it was incredible, Kath. I've never felt anything like it. I'm going to start crying. I'm going to start crying. And I got around it, and I said to my youngest, I said, "I'm really sorry, son. I can't do it. I cannot go round again on there." And I'll tell you why. I am really, really scared. And I think he was old enough to go up on his own, but he didn't want to go around with me. So we just sat down. We didn't go back up again, and he was cool with it. And I kind of had a chat with him afterwards. Said, "Look, I'm going to be honest. I was scared, right? I know it's irrational. I know that it's completely safe. But I just don't like heights, and I'm finding the older I get, the more I dislike height. I mean, really uncomfortable. So we found a go eight when we were away, and I said to the youngest, I said, "Do you want to go up on your own? Because I can't go up," and he didn't want to go up on his own. So the eldest went up, he's like a nut job, just running around doing the zip. I mean, thank God I didn't get to the zip wire. That was it. I said to the person, I said, "I can't. I'm not doing the zip wire. Can we get down, please?" But yeah, the older I get, the worse I am around heights. I mean, proper. I was just wanting to cry. It was awful.
My eldest has gone the other way.
Yeah.
Right, when she was really little, I couldn't get to stand on a chair.
Yeah, really?
Seriously,
Yeah.
terrified.
Yeah.
Now we go to playgrounds and she goes on the big climbing frames and she's right at the flipping top, and I'm thinking, don't get stuck up there because I cannot follow you. It's awful. I even hate the
Yeah.
you know, when they go in the soft play, and because it's not necessarily heights with me. It's the you know, like the spongy kind of layers that you have to slide through on those things.
Yes.
I can't do it. I hate enclosed spaces like that. So there's moments like that where you think, right, kid, I'm glad for you, but please don't get stuck because I can't. Of course, you probably would do it, but I don't fancy it at all.
Yeah.
I do not fancy it at all.
We went, when we were in Bournemouth, there was a Helter Skelter. And I used to love a Helter Skelter as a kid. And I remember doing one a few years ago and feeling uncomfortable. But the boys wanted to do it, so we went up the Helter Skelter. And I got to the top, and the fear came in, because it's really high.
It's windy up there.
It's windy. And when you sit down, in the end, we didn't do it the first time. My eldest did, and the youngest didn't want to. Then later in the day, he said, "Actually, Daddy, can we do it?" So we went up, and he came down with me. But the barrier around the side is not high. And I know it's safe, and I know all of that stuff, and it's an irrational fear. And I was at the top of the Helter Skelter, and I was terrified. And the guy was telling me to move my legs in a bit and lift up my feet a bit because it will go faster. And I'm thinking, and I was going, "Yes, mate, okay." And as soon as we went off, I slowed it down because I thought, nah. I don't want this. I don't want this. Anyway, the reason I'm telling you this is a story about a roller coaster, but we haven't got time for the roller coaster story now. We'll do it after the news. Dear listener, you are listening to the Late Night Alternative. Sometimes we argue about guitars, sometimes we talk about being scared of heights. There is no shame in either of those things. It's a radio show unlike any other radio show. Do spread the word, please. If you want to give us a call, it normally gets a bit quieter around this time. You'd be very welcome. 0344 499 1000. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. We call you back. This is the Late Night Alternative. I'm Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
I'm sorry, if you're watching on Periscope and wondering what I'm doing, I'm trying to get this gnome to light up. I mean, who's sending me this rubbish? 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give me a call. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
Late Night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Well, I'm not the kind to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with fire up. I've never been with anything less than a 9. So fine, I've been on fire with Sally Field, gone past with a girl named Bo, but somehow they just don't end up as mine. It's a death-defying life I lead. I take my chances. I die for living in the movies and TV. might fall from a tall building, I might roll a brand new car, 'cause I'm the unknown stuntman that made Redford such a star. I've never spent much time in school, but I taught ladies plenty. It's true, I hire my body out for pay. Hey, hey, I've gotten burned over Cheryl Teague's, blown up for Raquel Welch. But when I wind up in the hay, it's only hay. Hey, hey, I might jump an open drawbridge or Tarzan from a vine, 'cause I'm the unknown stuntman that makes Eastwood look so fine.
Okay, last hour of the show. 0344 499 1000. Kath, can you do me a favour? Can you turn the lights off, please? I won't do what I did last time. I'm sorry about that. I just got scared and I needed two things to grab onto. Now, I've been told that the let's turn that off. That monitor, right? I've been told that the gnome that someone has sent me, bearing its arse, will think it's night time, which it is.
Yeah.
And it will start to glow. Is his arse glowing?
No. I think it needs to have sat in the sunshine for a day, doesn't it?
Sunshine.
The sunshine.
Well, doesn't stuff like this, it works with normal light? I mean, it's been in... Oh, come on. What do you think? There are special rays coming off the sun that you don't get from studio lights?
Yes, solar.
Huh?
Rays.
Oh, you might have a point there. No, I think that... But because this isn't like powering a car or a spaceship or something, it's just powering a gnome's arse, that I think you can do it with normal light. Can't you? Can we get 0344... Giving out the phone number, the calls have dropped off like nobody's business. 0344 499 1000. How does solar energy work? There's a question. But it will have that. We don't need to open this to go in. We don't need to delve. We don't. Let it sit in the sun tomorrow. Not in my house, it's not. You're quite common. Could you take this home for me and put that in your garden?
Under no circumstances, because you know my kids would not want to give it back.
They would. Well, they can have it, actually.
No, seriously.
No,
no, too kind.
This is for the kids.
Too kind.
There's
no,
for the
you
girls.
shouldn't. No.
Take it?
Nope.
I'll put it in your bag.
No.
You can take that home with you.
No.
That's going to be a Laura laughs.
No.
0344 499 1000.
Should I put the light back on?
Peter says, I've seen them in Asda. If there isn't an on-off switch and you're covering the solar panel and it's charged up, then you're right, it's knackered. Well, there is an on-off button. I'm pressing it.
Well, could the troll that sent it tell us exactly how it works? Because I believe, I mean, I'm no cracker, but he's probably got his own. Or she.
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
But I'm thinking it's a man.
There is an on-off switch. I don't bloody know.
Can I put the light on?
No, leave it off.
It's making me feel a bit nervous.
No, I want to have it off, Kath.
Oh, no.
I actually do, because I can't read newspapers. So the reason I'm talking about height. Why has the phone calls dropped off in the last couple of weeks?
Guitar wars tonight.
Well, but they have dropped off in the last couple of weeks. I suppose summer holidays. People are away. People are. I do wonder why. Because I think the show. Just indulge us for a second, dear listener. I think the show has been on fire recently. Last week was it fell a little bit flatter than perhaps the 2-3 weeks before. The Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday fell a little bit flatter. But I think the show's been on fire recently. I think we have been. Let's just line one. What do you think? Hello, line one. Hello? Hello, caller? Yes, hello, caller. You're live on Talk Radio. Why do you think the number of calls has... Oh. Okay. What? Okay, that's fine. That's fair enough. They've gone. Why?
I mean, it's a valid point.
Why do you think we only get people phoning up and farting after midnight. But the serious question, because I do think, right, the shows, since we got that last set of radar figures, and we kind of huddled together and put our thinking caps on and pulled up our bootstraps and kind of moved away from the misery and I think that reopened the Giggle Factory. I think the show's been an absolute blinder recently, an absolute blinder. So I do wonder why the number of calls sort of drops off. It was always quiet between sort of 11:15 and 12:15, and then it would pick up again. But it's really been from about 11:15. Calls have just sort of dropped off, and I wonder why. And people will say, "Well, you need to give us something to talk about." Well, that wasn't always the case. But I do think we are giving you more stuff to kind of get your teeth into. I think there is more stuff that we've talked about. Heights and fears and guitars and silly arguments and
Benny Hill
cockfighting, proper talking points, still that's still not quite gone the right way, and I do wonder why. No, I'm not over thinking it. I'm certainly not going home to bed and like that butcher Crazy Dan that we talked about in the first hour.
No,
but I'm
it's puzzling.
It's puzzling. I swear to God, if our listening figures don't go up, this next set of figures, which come out in the 2 or 3 weeks, something like that, if they don't go up, then I really will be at a loss for what to do. I really will be, because as far as I'm aware, I spoke to Paul Garner, who's the son-in-law of Chas. I'm not spoken to him for ages. And I like Paul. I've worked with Paul since the 11 o'clock show. He's one of the funniest.
He's a comedy writer, isn't he?
He's a comedy writer, and he's one of the cleverest. He had his own series called the Pilot Show, where pilot in TV is you make a one-off show and then you hawk it around to companies, and they say whether they want to make it or not. So the premise for this show it was so funny. It was he would get celebrities on. This was back in the day where you could do this stuff, and tell them they were making a pilot show. And one of the funniest ones was, and I don't know who it was, but he had some guy on, and they said, right, we're doing a pilot for... I think these people think they're making a real show, right? And it was a pilot for a phone-in sports show, right, for TV. And it's the funniest thing. You'd see like clips of it. They cut between different. It's him and this guy, and I can't think who it is. And they're going, right, well, and Paul was co-hosting it with him. Right, we're doing this the phone-in show, and if you want to get your calls in now and give us a call about the matches that you've seen today, and the lines are open now. And they sat there for an hour, and of course, no one phoned in. So for an hour. Right, and it's cut down to little bits, but for an hour, Paul is sat with this sports guy. Both, Paul's going, well, this is really awkward. I feel a bit bad about this. And it's just so uncomfortable. There's a wonderful sketch. I wonder if, it must be on YouTube, where they've got Dean Gaffney in an office. I think it's Paul and Robin Ince, and they're pitching ideas to him, kind of like monkey tennis, right? But absolutely ridiculous, stupid ideas. And, Dean's going, yeah, that could work, yeah. And I wonder if I know bits are on YouTube. I wonder if the whole show's on YouTube. If it is, then that's my tomorrow morning sorted out. 0344 499 1000. We do have some phone calls. Good evening, Bruce.
Hip, hip, hip. How are you, sir?
Hip, hip, Bruce. I'm good, thank you very much. We're both hungry because we're both trying to lose some weight.
Oh, my goodness, he was Gillian McKeith to me earlier on.
I was not examining your faeces.
No, that's tomorrow. There won't be any faeces because he won't let me eat. Right, today we went to the shop and I was hovering over a bit of fizzy pop. He said, put that back. And then I was sort of looking at sandwiches and stuff, and he was saying, "Come on, we don't need all this, do we? We'll just get a small pot of fruit."
You put a bottle of Coke in the
It wasn't
basket.
Diet Coke, but you know what? In my experience, Diet Coke just gives you the taste for sweet stuff.
Excuse me, you seen the size of the people that drink Diet Coke? Diet Coke has got more. It's different sugar, but it's just as weight increasing.
Well, anyway,
for you.
Thanks very much, Dr. McKeith. I'm definitely starving now.
Anyway. But if there's any consolation, I'm doing a similar thing at the moment. I'm only eating between the hours of 1 and 9 o'clock.
Bruce, we haven't spoken to you for ages.
Yeah, I've been away.
Is everything? Sorry, I just recognise your voice. Then for new callers, you've got to give. We've got new listeners tonight, Bruce. So you've got to give two facts about yourself, just to set the scene.
I came up with you the hip 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 phrase with that together for the first time.
Yep.
And I was your hour-long guest on Bank Holiday Monday.
There we go.
Yeah,
there we go. That's certainly set the scene. How is life, Bruce?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad.
Good.
I actually called up, really, to talk about tomorrow's activities.
At 3 o'clock, we are meeting at Speaker's Corner in Hyde Park at 3:10. We will be playing Had/Tag/It. We are not playing Dobby.
So what, is there a dress code we have to go for?
No. You come as well. Apparently it's going to be wet.
I'm wearing my running gear.
So dress for bad weather. If people are welcome. Someone had a good idea. Was it Dan? Someone had a really good idea. I think it was Dan. That everyone should film. Like I'm guessing the camera on their faces as they're running around, and then send me the video, or we send it to Dan and edit it into a movie.
I'm in. Just in case anyone is new to the show, if you do take part in that element of the running about, portrait. No.
Oh, God, no portrait! For the love of everything that is holy, do not film in portrait, because your video will be deleted.
I can't believe we're still at an age where people have not grasped the fact that you had to turn the camera around.
Everyone says, it's better for Instagram. Do you watch Instagram on your TV? No.
And if you do, it's looking at it the wrong way anyway.
Yeah, exactamundo.
Well, I cannot wait. It'll be a pleasure to meet you both. And
we've got at least one person's coming. Brucey boy. Brucey bonus.
I took the afternoon off.
Oh, you're a good one. You're a good one.
Oh, well done,
Is it an official afternoon off, or are you wagging it?
No, I did actually take a half day off.
Did you tell the boss why?
They didn't ask. But I would have told. Absolutely. What's I'm going to have a game of tag with some people in a park.
Mate, beautiful.
34. What's wrong with that?
Beautiful, buddy. This is what it's all about. Well, we're going to meet at 3. Kick-off is at 3:10. We're just going to run around Hyde Park like a bunch of idiots. We'll be done by 4 o'clock, everybody. Everybody is absolutely welcome. You are all welcome to attend. Bruce, I'm looking forward to pressing your flesh, your hand flesh.
Likewise.
Thank you, mate. Ta-ta. There we go. That'll be nice. And now we've got loads of calls, which is beautiful. Paul, Dave, Chris, stay there. Come to you after this.
The wild man of late night radio is back.
Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Tony, Chris, Dave, stay there. Coming to you in a second. Let's go to Paul first. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Ian. Good evening, Kath.
Hello, Paul.
How you doing?
We're both really, really hungry, so we're probably going to eat rubbish food when we get to our respective homes. No. How you doing, Paul? You all right? What you got for us?
I'm good. Your army, I want to be the Kung Fu expert.
Oh, there we go. I forgot about the army. It's a little bit thin on the ground so far. We've got the sniper is Darren, Kyle is a general, Bill is the singer, stroke cannon fodder, and Paul is going to be our Kung Fu expert.
Yeah, I've had some good training. Let me tell you this.
Go on, mate.
Do you remember the night you were sitting on the step and you'd done the broadcast?
Yes.
And the cab driver pulled up and he'd done the back doors?
Is that you?
Yeah.
Yes!
This guy.
Well, about 20 years ago, listen to this for a bit of training.
Yeah.
I picked up... do you know the Japanese guy who was in the Peter Sellers film? Kato. He used to jump out and keep attacking.
Yes.
Well, I picked him up from this Japanese restaurant, and he was steaming drunk.
Oh.
Right? We was having a laugh and a joke, and he lived up in West Hampstead. Yeah. When he pulled up outside his house, he took his shoes off and he said, "I'm going to fight you for the fair," right?
Fighting for the fair? This is brilliant!
Yeah. So we was messing about. I jumped out of the cab and we was all going, ha, 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 and all that, messing about in the street, kicking each other like Hong Kong Philly style.
Yeah.
And some bloke put his head out the window and he said, "If you wake my effing kids up, I'm going to come down there and kick the shit out of both of you."
Wowzers! Wowzers!
So We would have laughed at the joke, and that was it. Yeah.
Hey, there you go. If you've ever had a comedy kung fu fight with a celebrity, 0344 499 1000. That's brilliant. Right, Paul, you're the kung fu expert then.
Yeah. One more thing.
Yeah.
I've got a good game we could play. It's called Bell End Bingo.
Okay.
Yeah, Paul in Stoke Poges.
Yeah.
You get a recording of one of his brilliant conversations with you.
Yes.
And every time he says okay, you have to, obviously at the beginning of the game, you think 6 okays,
Yes.
and then you record it, and whoever gets their number first wins.
All right, Paul, I like that. We'll play that if he ever pulls his head out of his arse and calls in again. We'll play that. Thank you for that, Paul. Yes, Chris.
Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, Chris. What you got for us?
I know how to get the bum to work on your gnome.
You have to get the bum to work on the gnome, right?
Yeah. Well, the on switch is on mine. It's the opposite way around. So on is off and off is on.
Sorry?
And then you have to put. You know what I mean? The off switch is the wrong way around on it. The switch.
Right.
So you cover up the solar panel bit.
Yeah.
And then turn it off, and it should work then.
Right, but it's off. Because the on-off is a button, not a switch.
Yeah, well, there's the button. When it's mine's opposite on mine. I've got mine. It's wicked in the garden.
Right, turn the light off again, Kath.
flipping
It's
heck.
wicked in the garden, you absolute plonker. Right.
The other half, she doesn't like it, but I love it.
And his bum lights up, does it?
Yeah.
Well, this ain't working.
Oh, isn't it? Oh, you must have a
Kath, have you got your phone?
I'll go and get it.
Go and get your phone, because someone has tweeted saying if you do a flash from a camera, that will charge up a solar panel.
Yeah, you have to charge up your solar panel, and then if you cover up your solar panel after, it should light up.
Well, how many of these things have you got?
Of the gnome, just the one.
It is absolutely horrible.
No, we should. I've got what colour jumpers you got on? Mine's got a red jumper and blue pants.
Mine's got a yellow jumper and blue trousers and a green hat.
Yeah. Well, mine's got the red jumper.
Oh, well, I have the deluxe model. All right, listen, nice one, Chris. We're gonna try and charge it. Thank you, mate. How do you make the flash go?
I've started. Go on.
Right, so do the flash. Well, that's not charged anything up. I think
You're having you on.
I think you're having me on. Yes, Tony.
Hello.
Hello, Tony. Hello, Tony, my old friend. It's nice to talk with you again. Isn't it? What you got for us, Tone?
Well, and this game is TIG, or TAG.
Tag, had, or it, yes.
Organising.
Yes.
May I suggest a more civilised aspect of that? Do you remember the programme Transworld Sport on Channel 4 that was normally aired around 6 to 7 in the morning, which concentrated predominantly on the game of kabaddi?
Kabaddi! Of course, kabaddi!
A more organised version of British Bulldog in which you have to hold your breath.
Yes.
Can I suggest perhaps a aftermath of this game of tag, and perhaps trying to orchestrate a game of kabaddi amongst your competitors?
But then won't that encourage, people to get a grip with each other? Because I don't fancy that.
I do not fancy encouraging my listeners, who, let's be honest, Tony, present company excluded, are all insane, to hold their breath and grab each other. That just sounds awful.
Well, can I just quote something, actually? I
Please
remember I remember something, a specific memory. I was in PE at school, and I'm 34 years old.
Yes.
I remember we were talking about Transworld Sport and the game of kabaddi, and we thought, oh, this is great, sounds brilliant, it's a more organised version of British Bulldog.
Yes.
And my PE teacher, an exact quote was, only Asians can come up with a game where you have to hold your breath. And at the time, I was about 11 years old, and I thought of the inherent racism.
Well, hang on a second. Before we dismiss it as the apparent racism it appears to be, let's just think about Asians and breath holding.
Yoga is what springs to mind.
And so, hang on. So, kabaddi was Indian, wasn't it?
Yes.
Is yoga from India?
Yes.
Yes, it is. So he's not a racist. He's actually
cultural genius.
He knows the world better. He's a very, very wise man, Tony.
Oh, I'm not sure about that, Ian. That's where we may defer I think he might just be inherently racist.
He could be. He could be a massive racist as well, Tony. Thank you very much. He could have been a massive racist. And here's the thing: we had like 6 calls, and I just rattled through them instead of keeping them on. I could have got 40 minutes out of them, and we'd have rattled through them. Now, I'm not a very good phone-in radio host.
Well, you just enjoy it.
I don't have the skills. Like, you drive home and you listen to the other place, and they'll keep someone on for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I know. And
I should learn to do that.
No, because it's very difficult to stay awake driving.
Let's go to now the person who says, flash from the camera will charge glow-in-the-dark things instantly, won't last long. He's then just said, oh yeah, a flash won't charge a solar panel, it will charge anything glow-in-the-dark. Like, it's a solar panel, you muppet. I said from the beginning it's a solar panel. Who are you telling me that for, idiot?
Or, thanks for trying to help.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks, Adrian. Dave.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Dave.
How the devil are you?
I'm doing all right.
Fighty.
Fighty?
Yes.
Hungry. This is what hunger does to me, David.
He's hangry.
Go to bed hungry and wake up and have a good breakfast.
Oh, it's Dave. You've called in before, haven't you?
I have, yeah, loads of times. That's some check.
Dave, for all the new listeners that I haven't scared off yet, can you give us 2 facts about yourself?
I've got a new interesting hobby, subject of the call tonight.
Lovely.
And the worst pain I've ever encountered was probably having a box brownie up the jacksie.
Oh.
A box brownie?
A box brownie.
The camera?
Yeah.
Up your bum?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us about this new hobby.
Well, hobbies are great, aren't they? I love trying to get a new hobby, something a little bit different.
Yeah.
And my latest one is trying to stump the search box in brackets on a leading adult website.
Oh God!
On a leading adult website, is this Pornhub or Hamster?
Yeah, no, it's the first one that you mentioned. Yeah. Ex-hamster, innit?
Ex-hamster, yes. Oh, yes.
Not a current hamster.
No. So how do you... Well, bearing in mind, that somewhere in the world we're a breakfast show...
Yes, of course. No, I've fully taken that into account. It's a perfectly clean and legitimate hobby.
Yes.
So I'm going to give you my search type, the search term that I've entered in the search box, and you're going to guess how many... responses there are.
Okay, fine.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, the first one...
Okay.
Insect.
Oh, God.
Insect?
Insect.
All right, now, the first one is really going to be calibration, okay?
Yeah, it's the barometer, isn't it?
It really is. Insect. 250.
Kath, any thoughts?
I'd go slightly less. It does seem somewhat niche, although... the Japanese cartoony ones probably get that covered. I would say 210.
You're probably closest, Kath. It's 11.
Oh.
Okay, right. Calibration is complete. Let's continue with the game. Away we go.
The definition of niche.
We're in.
Second one. Scintillating conversation.
Scintillating conversation. 50.
25.
0.
Oh, no!
And there's the problem.
Okay, third one. Flatulence.
Oh, God. There'll be loads.
20,000.
I'm going to go...
Don't forget, I'm trying to stump the search box.
Yeah, well, I think that's the wrong one. 12,000.
38.
Oh, really? Well, then that just says to me that there's a market, there's a gap in the market, and I think I can fill it. I'm happy.
What, if ever you need a laugh.
Or they call it something else.
Just put flatulence in it.
God.
It's good. Yeah. Okay, next one. Gretel, as in Hansel and Gretel.
Kath, you go first.
There's going to be loads of perverts for that. 400.
I'm going to say 1,000.
12. I'm stumping the search box.
Only
Don't
12?
you grasp it? 12. You can check this.
For Gretel. Because if you type in Wonder Woman,
you would imagine.
I would imagine you get swamped.
Okay, yeah, but it's a bit more relevant than Gretel at the moment.
Okay, you're right. All right. Okay, go on, give us another one.
Okay, next one. Siphon.
Oh, God.
Siphon. I'm going to say 0.
I'm going to say 2.
Oh, 1. Bless you. It's split your difference.
Well, I got closest without going over.
Okay, well done. Harpsichord.
Oh, God.
0.
1.
0.
Here we
Spot on, Ian. First one.
Thank you. I know, because I've looked.
Okay, I've only got 4 left.
Okay, thank God. I tell you what, let's, Sally, do you want to have a go at this? Sally?
Oh, hello. Sorry, I didn't hear you say my name. Sorry.
That's okay. Do you want to have a go at this? Dave has tried to stump a porn search engine. Do you want to have a little
right.
go? So we got to guess how many hits he got. Well, yeah. Go on, Dave.
Okay. Hummus.
Okay. No, what? Sorry.
Hummus.
Hamas.
Hummus.
Hummus. No, you don't have to tell him you don't tell him...
She's former breakaway group.
You don't tell him you're... Very good. You don't tell him your fetish, and then he looks for it.
No, I'm fully prepared to take a guess if she's got the results to hand.
No.
That would be weird if she did.
Dave has already conducted the research.
Right.
He's going to tell us the keyword, and we have to have a guess at how many videos popped up.
Oh, right. Sorry, I was on the phone to you when you started this, so I didn't hear it. Sorry.
As soon as I get home, I am going to put in hummus, see what happens.
Oh, you've really missed out on some thrilling radio.
It really has been great, hasn't it, Dave? All
Okay,
filler.
go on.
Right, go on.
Well, just 4 left. Quick, we'll blast them. Quantum.
Oh, there'll be some James Bond-based stuff there, won't there?
Yeah.
15.
Sally, how many do you reckon?
I'm going to say 75.
75?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to go... No, I'm going to go 4.
6, Ian. You're in grasp of it. Okay.
I'm not very good at this.
No.
Give yourself a chance. Next one. Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, 0.
0.
2.
210.
Shut up.
How many?
210.
And is it someone dressed up as Crash Bandicoot?
Oh, come on, you're not expecting me to watch all these.
Come on, don't tell me you weren't curious.
Wowzers. That is a surprise.
Okay. That's 2.
Yeah.
Jester.
Oh, 200.
Yeah, I reckon about 500.
I'll go 400.
11.
Oh.
11. Oh,
what, and they go for Crash Bandicoot?
Wowzers.
People.
Then on our wavelength, are
I mean, the hat alone would make it fun, wouldn't it?
Last one.
Yes.
Nettles.
Oh God, no! There is. There is a fetish.
Stinging.
For stinging, yeah. So I'm gonna say 100.
I'm gonna say 15,000.
600.
41. About 41, I reckon. So about 41.
All right, I'll go on. I'll do 42.
Oh, it was 41. So
well,
That weird, and people weird.
I hope that this call inspires people to try a new hobby.
I can also help you out with something. One of our listeners has done the test of hummus.
Yeah.
Do you want to play that round?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, go on then.
Go on then, how many do you reckon?
6.
3.
Sally, you know too much about this.
Oh, no!
What? 1. But it's had 177 views.
Wow. What happens in the hummus porn? They dipping Peter in?
Well, there is a description, but I can't really go into it.
Guys, I just did a funny joke. Sorry, hello.
No, I did choke on a bit of pitta and hummus earlier.
Oh,
so,
well, again,
yeah.
that doubles
Should have
your
taped
chances.
it, you might have made some money.
Dave, thank you so much for that.
I'm going to check out now, if you don't mind.
Thank you very much indeed.
Dave.
Sally, stay there. We'll come to you after this.
Late Night Iain Lee. Unfiltered night talk with the original king of unconventional conversation on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Right, give us your phone. Turn the torch on, because now Nat is saying that we can charge it with the torch
Someone's having a joke here.
for a few minutes. Hang on a minute. Here we go.
Few minutes?
Yeah, for a few minutes. Here we go, Sally. I'm charging my gnome's bum.
Okay.
What have you got for
Don't
us,
look
Sal?
at my pictures.
No, I'm not touching. I'm not looking at anything. Oh God. Oh Jesus. Hummus.
Hummus. Well, I phoned in because I haven't phoned in a long time, and I felt guilty.
Yeah, good. That's what we like to engender in our listeners. Guilt.
Yep. I'm in considerable pain, and I wanted to take my mind off of it and cheer myself up.
Oh, why are you in pain? What's happened?
Nettles.
Is it?
No, not nettles. No, I'm all right. It's just a bile duct thing.
Oh dear.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Right.
Hello.
Yes.
And then fears.
Yes.
And you were saying that you got more fearful the older you got.
Yeah, oh God, of heights. It really is. It's awful.
Well, I'm wondering, I was going to ask Kath, because I've developed a lot of fears since having children, and I'm wondering if you have too.
I lost confidence hugely after my first. I think I'm normal again now. We're as normal as I was before. But I remember I used to love salsa dancing before I got married, before I had kids. And I remember going out with a load of my female friends for someone's party, like hen night. And normally I would be the first one up and the last one off the dance floor. I didn't dare do it. Do it. This huge crisis of confidence.
Yeah. No, I've had some really odd ones, but I'm scared of balloons now and hair in the bath.
I don't like it. I'm not
Do you
scared.
know what? I nearly swore then. I nearly said, I effing hate hair in the plug hole. And it's always me that's got to pull it out. I haven't got long hair. I've always got to pull out the big, manky, horrible, dirty hair out of the shower.
No one likes it. But when you say scared of it, we talking not able to go in the room?
I have to get out of the bath.
Yeah.
Until it's all out.
Here's the thing, though. In the last 2 months, I've been able to pick up spiders for the first time ever in my life. Never been able to touch spiders, and I've picked up about half a dozen spiders, and they're getting bigger and bigger, and I'm getting better and better at it. So in some ways, it seems that as my fear of spiders, I still don't like them, but as the fear of spiders decreases, the fear of heights increases. So I just need to work out which one I
Your calibration's off.
Yeah, it really is. It's really.
Well, it's a good job they got rid of the balloon in Bournemouth, because I don't think you would have liked that.
I wouldn't have gone up that. They got rid of that. They've got a zip wire now from the pier to the beach.
Yeah.
But no, I wouldn't have gone up in a balloon. I'm never going to go up in a hot air balloon. I can get stuffed.
So Sally, the balloon thing with you, it's like party balloons, is it?
Yeah. Hate them. Can't stand them. Can't be near them.
Is it this? Right, this is going to sound weird, but I've spoken to someone else who's got a phobia of balloons. She doesn't like the way they creep along the ceiling.
No,
do you know what I mean?
It's not that. It's kind of spider-like, actually, thinking about it. But no, it's when somebody touches it, I think it's going to pop.
Oh.
But as a child, I used to bite balloons, so I don't know why it's changed.
Do you think that maybe some aversion therapy might help, like if we put you in a room with a pin?
Possibly.
You just went for it.
I don't believe in aversion therapy. I think it's rubbish. I think it's absolute.
Is it aversion therapy, that thing where you confront your fear?
No, it's confrontation therapy.
Right.
But that's the one I think is nonsense.
Forcing you to do it.
So you're afraid of snakes. We're going to put you in a room full of snakes.
Well, I don't like snakes, but I've made myself touch one, and now I'm not that bothered.
Sorry?
Oh, no.
Well, anyway.
Yeah, but everyone's got stuff they avoid, but sometimes you have
I'm going to see if this works, right? And if it doesn't work, then it's not only Adrian that has to ban himself, it's Nat as well. Right.
Banned.
You're banned. Everyone's banned.
I had a friend whose mum was frightened of buttons. So all the kids' clothes had zips or Velcro.
I bet pantomime season was tough.
Good one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can boogie. Sally, thank you very much for that. It really is a tense moment though at kids' parties when balloons are being handed around, and you're just waiting for it's like Russian roulette.
Someone gives one to a baby, and you think it's a matter of time before that goes off.
And we all laugh as the baby cries.
Hummus update.
Yes.
Apparently, there's nothing more than a man making hummus.
Here we go. A friend of Al's was turned on by Greek dips. That's weird, isn't it? Came out as a homosexual. Now.
Else.
Now. Thank you, Al. Thank you, Al. Well done. Well played, sir. Let's take a break.
Late Night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
The whole point, 0344 499 1000, I was talking about being scared of heights because of this story here.
Do you want the light on? Do you want the big light on?
Yeah, go on. Riders were stranded on an Alton Towers roller coaster. I mean, that sentence is...
That's more than it was before, isn't it?
No. Those are the lights.
Oh, I don't like it.
Riders were stranded on an Alton Towers roller coaster that came to a standstill at a height of 180 feet. And there's a picture of them stuck on it, and a lad being led off by a fireman. Down, you got to walk down the steps that run down the side. No, thanks. No, thank you. No, thanks. I'm all right, thanks.
Whenever I'm on those things, I do look at the steps and the ladders and things and wonder.
Staff climbed the Oblivion yesterday to rescue the group.
Oh, I've been on that.
Some as young as 12 on the steep incline close to a vertical drop. Witness Alex Heisman-Bailey, 16, said the very anxious passengers were stuck there quite a while. The theme park in Staffordshire said the ride stopped because a sensor detected a minor technical fault. No, thank you. No, thank you very much. Doesn't interest me in the slightest. I have no intention of ever going on anything like that ever again. Hate it. Absolutely hate it.
That was the one. That's the one where you get slammed through the floor, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
I've been on that.
Hey, by the way, best picture of the day. It's in a few of the papers. I think the Express has got the best version. You know the Chelsea pensioners?
Yes.
What are the Chelsea pensioners?
Veterans.
Of like wars and stuff.
In that. And they live in the Royal Chelsea Hospital, don't
Actually,
they?
there's a better version of the picture.
Am I right?
Yeah, sure.
I know they're getting the Chelsea Flower Show free.
Okay. Is that the only benefit from you know?
It's the only reason they went to war.
Let me find it because there's a brilliant picture. I'll try and find it. Oh, hang on a minute. It'll be worth it. I'll show you on Periscope. No, I'll go with the one that we've got here. So, Chelsea pensioners. It's such a good picture. Chelsea pensioners yesterday tested out virtual reality headsets to get a glimpse of what it was like fighting in one of the First World War's deadliest battles. Look at those guys.
I know.
Isn't that incredible? I mean, what?
I mean,
come on, guys. Haven't they suffered enough?
Those guys might suffer from post-traumatic stress or something, and that's going to bring it all back.
They watched videos which have been created to mark... I love
Passchendaele,
these.
Wasn't it they were looking at?
Yeah, Passchendaele in Belgium. The Royal British Legion has produced 1,000 cardboard headsets which allow the videos to be seen on a mobile phone. I love those. That virtual reality stuff is. I've yet to play a video game wearing it because I'm an Xbox fanboy, guys. I'm not a PlayStation fanboy. I'm sorry to say, but that technology is incredible, isn't it? Isn't it incredible? I want some more of that. Cleo.
Hello, Dean.
Hello, Cleo.
I'd like to join the army.
Yep. Who are you going to be? You going to be the cannonball?
I've got to say, I'd have to be someone sort of a
behind the lines.
Oh, dude.
In some office capacity.
You're perfect. For those who don't know, Cleo's about 4 foot tall and about 4 foot wide, right? But you'd be perfect to send out of the trenches towards the enemy, because they would just be shooting over your head constantly.
Well, this is the thing. I used to be a range conducting officer in the Air Training Corps.
Does anyone know what that means?
It means...
I used to teach people how to kill with guns when I was in the Air Cadets.
Wowzers.
And I was an RAF marksman, but now I don't think I could shoot a gun without falling over.
Well, what if we got you? What if we got you a shotgun and a seat? Would that be possible? Would you be able to work under those circumstances?
Yeah, we'll have a go. I know this doesn't sound like a really powerful motivational army statement, but yeah, we'll have a go.
Yeah, well, it's very British. It's a very British attitude to war. Yeah, we'll have a go. We'll have a go.
And
sure.
I have killed.
Go on.
I've killed with a gun.
What have you killed, Cleo?
A sheep.
Did you shoot it in the head?
I don't know where, to be honest, but what it is, we used to fire from a range in Northumberland, and the farmer used to get his dodgy, rickety, khaki old sheep, the ones that were had the eyes falling out and stuff.
Yes.
I sort of herd them into the range because they got a bit of cash off the army if the animals got killed.
Oh my!
And so I saw this dot on the range, and I thought it was part of the thingy, and I fired, and it seemed to go. Then I saw more white dots running around.
Yeah.
And I raised my arm and told the section commander I was going, "There's stuff on the range."
Yes.
And he went, "Oh, it's just the farmer. Keep firing." And I'm like, "Keep firing at the farmer?" He went, "No, it's his sheep. They're all in."
What did it feel like?
I kept shooting.
But what did it feel like knowing you killed something? Because I'm fascinated by killing. I am. I want to know what it feels like. I could kill an animal. And I nearly went on Bear Grylls' Celebrity Island, but I didn't in the end. But I would have. I was quite gleeful at the thought of killing a wild boar with my bare hands.
I wasn't bothered. I'm more bothered now than I was then. Because I was
that's a sheep, mate.
In my combat, and I was with the army firing things, and
you had a little boner going, didn't you? Cleo had a little chubby going, didn't he?
Well, it wasn't just that. It's and the way they sold it was oh yeah, they're all lame. The farmers do this every time because they get they get so much compensation per kill, so they get all the dodgy, rickety old ones that are no use and just chuck them on the range.
Do you know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing a pussy libtard. That's what I'm hearing right now. You liberal, elite, bloody Ramona. You be proud. You killed a sheep, man. Be proud.
Well, I've gutted a rabbit. I was more proud of that.
Well, that's just a bit weird, mate. Gutted a rabbit.
When he says gutted a rabbit, you're just really disappointed.
Didn't turn up for a date. Yes. Be proud. Be proud. You killed a living creature. I'm going to kill the next caller. Who's the next caller?
Me.
Oh, I'm going to kill you, Jerry. Sorry, mate.
Huh?
I did say I was going to kill the next caller. It's you.
I've been here on myself.
Well, just keep looking over your shoulder, buddy, because one day I'm going to come and get ya.
Please, now. Oh, I was going to say, there's a slight overdue with the policeman. Policeman's slight overdue. The policeman doing in the band.
Hang on a minute. Are we still talking about the citizen's arrest?
No, but this is bad. Citizen's arrest. It's talking about that. Hey, you know what that was like? It's like the slobs.
Yes.
Meets. What was he like? Barry Scott.
What the bloody hell are you talking about, man?
The citizen's arrest. That man sounded like Barry Scott.
Yes.
The producer sounded like Barry Scott. And they sound like the people for the Enfield, the slobs or whatever they are.
Well, hang on.
Listen to it. They just picture.
Are we still talking about the citizen's arrest guy?
Yeah.
Right, and you're saying he sounds like a cross between Barry Scott and the Slobs from Harry Enfield. What the hell?
He sounds like Barry Scott, and the women sound like Harry Enfield, the Slobs. Just listen to it.
Are you? What are you smoking in there, dude?
Smoking in my underpants.
Hey, good. Right, I'm cutting you off for that. That was goodbye. I know. Listen, Everyone gets treated the same, and when they cross a line, they get booted off the air. Coming through to you. Yoo-hoo! We had a little argument before the show, Catherine, I think.
When?
Before the show, when we were talking about who was going to drive up to
No,
Manchester.
it wasn't an argument.
It was?
No.
Well, I was angry.
We're arguing now. This is an argument.
No.
What, you were angry? Really?
I was angry, yeah.
Oh, you're very silly.
No, you said you were going to drive, and then the other day, to Manchester. So I said, because I drove to Newcastle, it was 6 hours up there, 6 hours back. It was only 4.5 hours back for you. I had another hour and a half.
Yeah.
And you said, I'll do the driving to the next one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then today I said, are you driving to Manchester then?
And I went, yeah, all right.
You went, no, you didn't know. You went, oh, yeah, okay, yeah. What, you're gonna park your car at mine, are you? And I went, well, no, you're gonna pick me up, aren't you? And you went, oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Is that all right? Yep. Well, it obviously wasn't all right.
It's fine.
There, you're doing it now.
What? Right, I can't win.
Fine.
Right, I cannot win
Why?
because you think I'm sarcastic anyway.
Yeah.
And I think you.
Hello.
I think this is.
Hello, caller.
I understand now why Paul in Stoke Poges has such trouble with you because I think that you deliberately misinterpret.
No, no. I'm au contraire. I am hypersensitive.
Yeah, oversensitive.
Hypersensitive to other people's to what they're sending out on different levels.
All right.
And no. You've got a right cob on.
I haven't.
And I don't actually.
I haven't got a cob on.
Understand why?
No.
I can't work it out.
I don't. It's not there.
No. Well, I think it is. Let's talk about Alice Cooper.
Why?
Because he's in the... Let's try and get Alice Cooper on the show.
Okay.
Alice finds a handy Warhol. Alice Cooper has traced a £7.5 million Andy Warhol original he forgot about.
Oh, man.
The shock rocker, 69, discovered the silkscreen artwork rolled up in a tube untouched for 30 years. The Cooper, who had a #1 hit in 1972 with Schools Out...
Have we got to be reminded of who Alice Cooper is?
...became pals with cult artist Warhol in the 1970s. This is... okay, right, it does make sense. The singer once incorporated an electric chair into his stage act, where he was apparently electrocuted on stage. As a birthday gift, his then-girlfriend, Cindy Lang, gave him the silkscreen print little electric chair, paying around £1,000 for it. When Cooper, whose latest album, Paranormal, is released on Friday, realised the work by Warhol... that's boring. Yeah, let's get.
He forgot he had a Warhol.
Yeah.
Gosh.
You're going to make a joke about forgetting.
What's the matter?
Oh, it's the end of the show. It's just a boring story to end on. It's a bit of an anticlimax after a rip-roaring...
have you still got a cob on about that whole thing?
The thing is, I've never had a cob on. It's you that is a bad friend.
Wow. God.
I've literally not got... I'm so hungry. That's what it is. I am so hungry. Are the two mics on next?
Yeah.
They were making me laugh a lot last night.
They were having a flipping Barney, weren't they?
Yeah,
again?
Mike Parry was in the strangest of moods. He's a very peculiar man. I don't know how Mike Graham puts up with him. He's obviously the brains in that organisation. I don't know how he puts up. It was very strange.
Rowing about electric cars.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. I mean, a load of nonsense they were talking about. Anyway, they'll be up next, and I thoroughly recommend you listen and you give them what for. 3 o'clock tomorrow, Speaker's Corner, Hyde Park. We shall see at least one person there, hoping you can make it. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Catherine. We're back tonight at 10 o'clock with Bill Oddie.